tax, whatever. It's hard to believe. The tax man with the BLs. And, man, I had to send, I got killed. I don't know where it came from. I didn't make any money, and I got something. Yeah, I think somebody's messing with me at a federal government or something. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going?
The state of Georgia doesn't have to file till May now.
Yeah, that's right. Now, is that the whole federal IRS or just the Georgia taxes?
I think for now, I think it's just Georgia.
The announcement I heard said it just said the IRS, but I don't know. Again, it wasn't specific, or I didn't hear it, so I don't know. Anyway, send them in, or what the hell. And by the way, in fact, I was late once. I thought I had filed an extension, and the guy never put it through, and so they sent. And you can, if you get get notice that you didn't pay on time, they're going to charge you a little bit. If you pay it off every month, it's not going to be a big deal. I mean, just to take care of it so it doesn't haunt you. But
the main thing is to file, even if you don't pay. You can just file that way at least.
Well, in fact, one time, went back. In the night, was it when I came here in the '92, and I was working in the it was like early mid '90s, and I was doing weekend weather at Channel 5, so I was working full time at radio. And by the way, I was listening to our beautiful morning boys this morning. Neil Bortz was on. He's on Tuesday mornings with them around 7:25 in the morning. And they were talking about the life and so forth and everything. He said, Neil was saying, so what time you guys get up? And he says, I get up by 4:30 or so. Then I'm thinking to myself, he gets up at 4:30. I used to get to the station at 3 I'd go on at 6. I thought, wow, things have changed. But you know what it is? Back then, there was no internet. I mean, there was no, looking up things on your phone in 20 minutes. It was all done by hand and wire machines. I had 30 wire machines and trying to score. I mean, so it took forever.
Typing it all up.
I would get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd get to work before 3 to go on at 6. In the morning. Anyway, so I think, boy, how times have changed. Now, I have no idea what the hell I was just going to say. Darn it, I hate it. Oh, I was listening to them this morning, and then what? Oh, where was this going? Crap. Oh, I hate this. What was I talking about? Taxes? And I remember. Okay, so back years ago in the 90s when I was doing the morning show, and then I got hired to be the weekend weather guy at Channel 5. So that was the second job. So I was working 7 days a week. I've done that like 3 times in my career, but I was working 7 days a week, and I told the people at Channel 5 that I wanted to have everything taken out of my taxes. I didn't want to claim any exemptions. I always hated to be owing money, even though they already took it out. So I give them the zero deductions, everything. Well, they never took anything. They didn't do anything. And so I got a tax bill that I hadn't paid taxes on my entire year's salary from Channel 5. So I owed I said, oh my God. So that was fairly shocking. But anyway,
would that be the company's fault? Because if you instructed them to do that,
but what else are they going to do about it? I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. So and
oops, our bad.
Yeah, I did that. I did that for a year, and actually I made enough money to pay my daughter's college expenses for 2 years or something. So that worked out okay. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Here's the number 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We got a real hodgepodge of a day here today. We got tweets, holy crap, it's sports. We have a game, and we're going to start with some sportsy stuff and a lot of girls stuff. And then we got a lot of political stuff, and we got a judge. And boy, talk about, at first it was lawfare, now it's judge fair. I mean, every time I turn around, almost every day, a judge has been involved in setting international and domestic policy for Donald Trump. And there's like 3 of them in the news today. You're going to hear Caroline Levitt. I love this woman. I'm telling you, this girl is a hot shot. She is just a crackerjack of a public official that I've never seen before. And you'll hear from her. Also, a whole bunch of sportsy stuff and girly stuff. And Pete said, I wish we had visual where we could do this. I think, Pete, it was you that sent all those memes about action figures.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I don't know. I wish can you, Pete, tell people where to get it? And I was, we did this story the other day in the news. You can use AI now to make celebrity action figures. You can make yourself into an action figure with any pose or anything you want, and actually make an action figure, have it made for you. And so Pete sent a meme of a whole slew of them, and I'm trying to remember some of the funny ones off the top, like Oprah showed her all short and squat and said, "You get a new figure. You get a new figure. You get a new figure." Hunter Biden with a gun and a crack pipe and a hypodermic needle or something. I don't remember. And there was one memes of a bunch of black guys running around in a riot and this little boy saying, "Are you my daddy? Are you my daddy?" I'm like, oh God! I mean, just horrible. I mean, people were. I mean, oh man. Oh, and one more goof thing before we're going to start off with the Braves. I'm getting the Braves story popping up. What a surprise it was for a couple of different weird things for the camera. Okay. Flounder, also, speaking of weird, tell the little people about that. Is it a fake Democrat? Is it a real Democrat commercial?
I don't know. It's on Twitter. So
the commercial is it's well. Let's see. I'm going to pull a Flounder for it. It's pulled up here.
It's pretty much two workers walking down a hallway going into a service room or some kind of repair room, and they walk into.
They're going into the men's room, and the copy underneath the picture of these two guys in workmen, like they look like airport security yellow vest guys walking into a men's room, and the line below it says, "This disgusting new fantasy of a certain act between men tells you everything you need to know about the modern left." And then the commercial is it real? I mean, are they actually trying to broadcast this stuff? The Democrats? It's about a Republican being disgusting and perverted. And is this being played? Does Twitter play this?
I mean, it's on Twitter, yeah, because that's where I got it. So that's where it's.
Good Lord!
Now again, I don't know. That wouldn't be aired on television or anything.
But
like
again,
that.
this is what. But
again,
they're doing.
That's Democrats right there.
This is the liberal
They
left.
always bring sexuality into it.
Gosh. Anyway, okay, let's do the Braves thing. Okay, this morning I'm listening to the wonderful, beautiful bastards in the morning crew, and they're having so much fun mocking the camera by going to Dr. Dina the Geisler, which is fine by me. She's a great lady, and they love it. Okay, so I'm listening to the morning show. I'm hearing these guys talking about what happened at the Braves game, and of course, I was tuning in and out. I didn't watch all of it or much of it. I certainly didn't see the end, and I did not see the part where the Braves reporter was going into Wiley Ballard was going into the stands to talk to fans. And so I hear the morning show guys talking about this and how he was trying to pick up girls as kind of a joke by the guys in the booth. In other words, the reporter, Wiley, was going into the stands, and the guys were telling him in his earpiece, "Hey, go talk to the people. Get some. Hey, you're going to hear it here in a second." Anyway, so I heard the morning guys talking about it, and I didn't know it was a thing. All of a sudden, about 45 minutes later, I'm going through my phone looking for stuff, and this is like 7:30 in the morning after already looking for a couple hours, and I'm going through my phone looking at stuff on the New York Post. The New York Post has a story. This thing got wings. It's all over the world now. One of the major stories going on about what's going on in the world culturally is because of the Braves reporter who was doing interviews in the stands. Flounder, if you will, it's like a good minute and a half long soundbite of what happened when the guys in the booth told the reporter what to do and how it happened, and we'll talk about the reaction to it right after this. Here's the soundbite right here. It's right up here in the middle.
We're having a lot of fun up here up the Corona rooftop. Who do we got here? What's your name?
My name's Lauren.
Lawrence, all right.
And I'm Kayla.
Kayla, and you guys hang out at the rooftop lounge often?
You come here often?
Once a year I come out to visit.
Okay, well, we timed it pretty well. All right, good. How are you guys feeling about rooting for the Braves today?
Oof, I don't know. I'm hoping for the best.
What about you? Are you a Braves fan now?
Not quite.
Not quite. All right, I'm gonna go to work up here, guys. Good luck the rest of the way.
Okay, Wiley. You got 4 innings to get the numbers.
Come on it.
Get us some more Braves fans.
Get their phone number.
Get your number.
And he's doing
They
it.
want you to get my number.
I'm dead serious. They're saying in my ear right now. She didn't believe me because she thinks you guys are not. I'm making this up. Even if you guys weren't, I might use that in the future. That's actually a pretty good move.
This is unbelievable.
So the best part of this right now is that Wiley could totally be faking it. This might be the new move. Just walk around with a FanDuel microphone and an earpiece in and convince fans that they're actually on TV.
I should have thought of this years ago.
I am speechless.
I got the number. We're good.
Yeah, it went viral. Miles Garrett of Fox 5 posted it. It's been seen 2 million times. And he said, boy, good work, my friend. Shout out to you. Setting a standard for sports reporters and getting a phone number out in the wild. Ballard took a victory lap posting an image from Goodwill Hunting where remember in the movie, Will Hunting slaps a napkin with a woman's number on the glass, arguing and bragging to the guy he argued with earlier. Anyway, now some of the reaction. Dallas Morning News girl. If a female sideline reporter did this, she'd be called horrible names and probably be run out of town. Another. On the other side, here's a fellow TV anchor basically saying to dudes who ask for phone numbers, my man, it's not the same for both sexes. It's just not. It's inherently wrong. Another reporter, Emma something. If this were a female reporter asking for a man's number, it would be unprofessional. But if a man does it, it's funny and acceptable to take multiple victory laps after doing so. Misogyny is alive and well, folks. Oh, get off your freaking high horse. And by the way, what's the problem? I mean, what?
If a woman did it, we'd laugh at that, too.
It'd be hysterical.
If a sense of humor.
In fact, those very hot and very professional and totally above board the women reporters we've seen for years with the Braves, if they had been doing this and the girl said to the guy, by the way, they're telling me I'm here, they want me to get your phone number. He says, okay, it would be hysterical. It wouldn't be dirty or perverted or something, you dirty, rotten snake. And by the way, that's what's the matter with women these days. The fact that anyone would even think that for a second.
Yeah. Pay no attention
for
to
God's
Riley Ballard
sakes.
doesn't pay any attention to those losers.
It was funny, it was cute, it was amusing, and the girls were hardly offended. If they had reacted in a different way, and by the way, they weren't 13. It wasn't like he was being inappropriate in any way, the whole thing, I can't believe it. And it's gone viral, and I want to tear the rest of my hair out just thinking about what a horrible waste of time it is for women to be thinking anything negative about what's a sweet moment. A sweet public moment at a ball game. America's freaking pastime. And they found some snot bitch who's got to get all upset about it. What a shame, really. Seriously.
He better not face any repercussions over this.
I'll tell you what, if he won't. I'm sure he won't. There's no way he can. All right. 3:58 already. Holy cow. Kevin, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? What do you think?
If you love 106.3, then you'll love the all-new XTRA 106.3 app. It's loaded with replays of your favorite shows like The Morning Extra and The Kimmer Show, podcasts from conservative voices across the South, and access to Extra's crystal clear live stream from anywhere in Georgia. Grab it now for Apple or Android.
A big day tomorrow for the Kimmer Show. We're going to be at Stovall & Company. They're one of our sponsors, and they're the wholesale landscaping supply store. Paul and his sons Tripp and Devin, they've been running the place now for, not them individually, 75 years, family business, which makes it special because if you're a landscaper or a builder or contractor and you're putting in somebody's yard or lawn parts or, patio and things like that, you need turf or bushes and shrubs and, rocks and boulders and things, concrete, stone, all that stuff. How about water systems, sprinkling systems, irrigation stuff? They do it all. And because it's a family business, they go above and beyond. Special request, direct job site delivery. You want it, it's there for you. We're doing our show there tomorrow to celebrate the opening of their 11th store in Canton, Georgia. Not all in Canton, obviously. Their 11th store. This one's in Canton on Union Hill Road. Tomorrow doing the show there, Union Hill Road in Canton, 3 to 6. In fact, if you're a builder and stuff, they're giving you a free lunch starting around 11:30 tomorrow. See you at Stovall & Company, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder tomorrow.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. Now that President Trump has unburdened us from what could have been, our country's finally headed in the right directions. But the Democrats are screaming and yelling and losing their minds. And unfortunately, the bad guys are still here and they want your stuff. Thank you, Joe Biden. And customers are still reporting break-ins and thefts of their hard-earned valuables. Don't wait till it's too late. Get a quality safe from the Safe House. We carry the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. And remember, gun safes are sales tax-free at Atlanta Safe House. So give us a call or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
shooting drills.
A coach who knows the game can teach their team how to improve. But one who genuinely cares about each player
You have what it takes. We got this.
can inspire them to win. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Because when you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Start feeling unstoppable. Visit truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Springtime is here. Looking for a fun weekend with family, friends, and the kids? The Mitsubishi Electric Classic, presented by Venture, Georgia's only PGA Tour Champions event, returns to Metro Atlanta April 25th through the 27th. Pick your favorite hole to watch along the ropes or find public seating throughout the course. Enjoy scenic views, specialty cocktails, and fun for the whole family. Children 15 and under receive complimentary tickets with purchase by an adult. Join the excitement at TPC Sugarloaf in Duluth, Georgia from April 25th through the 27th. Tickets are available at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com/tickets.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD.
Hello, Bill.
Bill?
Billy,
talk now?
Bill, you're on the radio, Bill.
Billy
Blue. Oh, don't feel
There's Bob. I'm sorry, Bob.
Bob, you're on the radio. Hey, Bob. Bob, hey, Bill, what's the difference? Yes, sir, Bob. Hiya.
If Martha McCallum asked for my phone number, I'd give it to her along with the keys to my house and my car.
You know, I mean, what's the big deal? Honestly, what a nice, sweet little moment. Just kind of a funny thing. Plus, it was, what was it, like 8-0 in the game, so the guys are trying to figure out some way to have fun with the crowd. I mean, my God, you know, so.
Well, the lady that's bad-mouthing that's probably the one that will never get asked out or ask for a phone number or anything else.
Yeah, I guarantee she never went to her junior high prom either, you know. Poor thing. I mean, but it's just such a shame. It was just, you know, it's baseball. It was a fun time. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. 322. Kim repeating flounder. We got to go back to the actual thing here. And by the way, I think I've told you. I think I might have told you on the podcast. I'm not sure if I mentioned on the radio about my going to Strange Girls and trying to get involved in a thing at Houston's restaurant.
What?
I think it was Kathy Fishman who dared me or something. What the hell? Maybe it was some guys at work. I can't remember. It was one night at Houston's, a couple of us sitting around, and there were 3 girls over at a table nearby who were real cute. I mean, just back 30 years or more ago. Probably more than that. Anyway, so we're sitting there, and the guy one of the guys says, "I'll bet you can't get over." I said, "I challenge you to go over there and get a date with one of those girls." And I said, okay. I was maybe he could ask him to dinner or something like that. I forgot what it was. So I went over there. And I said, and I kind of leaned down a little bit, and I actually told him, I said, my goofball buddies over there bet me $50 that I can't have dinner with you girls, and I said, I'm going to tell you right now, if you'll play along with this, I'll buy your dinners, all of you. I'll pay for all your dinners. They said, sure. So I said, we're laughing, having drinks. It was hysterical, and just for the fun of it, because I told them what the jig was up at the very beginning, and in fact, one of them, I really did want to try to start dating, and she was the daughter of a family that owns a very famous a company that deals with nature. I say. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. Okay, sorry. Our birthday list includes Seth Rogen, 43 today. Apple TV's The Studio. I don't know what that is. Is that one of those? I don't know if it's a new hit thing or not. Seth Rogen, 43. He was in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, Neighbors, Pineapple Express, Knocked Up.
The Studio is one of the funniest things going on television right now. He's the head of a movie studio, and he's a screw-up, and it is...
Oh, I think you were talking about that.
In and out of it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
And that's what, a Netflix or a fingernail app, or what? I got to go to Best Buy. Apple app.
Apple TV.
Got to get the app on that Apple TV thing there. And by the way, it's 3:24. And by the way, Pete Davis, I know this is a sporty thing here, but since Holy Crap It Sports isn't for a couple hours, we will take the opportunity to make sure you understand this is Jackie Robinson Day. Proclaimed 50 years after this actual day in 1947, when Jackie Robinson became the first black baseball player in Major League Baseball's modern era, stepped onto Ebbets Field in Brooklyn for the Dodgers, broke the color barrier, had been segregated more than 50 years. In 1997, on this day, his groundbreaking career was honored. A uniform number 42 retired from Major League Baseball by Bud Selig at Shea Stadium. His was the first ever number retired by all teams in the league. Let's see. In fact, the last person to wear it was Mariano Rivera. Did I remember that correctly? At number 42, when playing for the Yankees. Jackie grew up in Cairo, Georgia. Sharecropper family. He was lettered in 4 varsity sports at University of California. Never happened before. Baseball, basketball, football, and track. Went into the Army. Jackie Robinson was court-martialed in 1944, protesting instances of racial discrimination in the Army. They court-martialed him, but he was honorably discharged. They figured, well, this is the wrong cause. And he was Rookie of the Year, retired in 1957, businessman, civil rights activist. And Jackie Robinson died in Stamford, Connecticut in 1972. He was only 53.
Diabetes.
I'd forgotten how young he was. And his widow, Billy, she's just been a champion for so many. I love seeing her. When they used to bring her out to games, just a handsome, classic, really just a treasure of a woman, I think.
I think his family moved from Cairo to Southern Cal pretty early.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't spend any time there. No, I think he was born in. He was born. I don't think he was spending a lot of time there. Anyway, so Jackie Robinson Day official. All right, 3:26. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Another quick girl thing, and then we got a lot of like legal judge things. And again, the judges are making decisions almost every day, like 3 a day today, concerning Donald Trump. But first of all, again, one more thing on Rory McIlroy. And I didn't see the ending because, like an idiot, I looked at my phone to find. I was DVRing the end of the tournament, and the phone told me that he won, and before I realized I didn't watch the tape. Anyway, so I stopped watching anything, but I didn't realize in his Masters victory speech, Rory McIlroy, and again, we talked yesterday about how his wife, when she came up to hug him, body language experts said that she was very reserved. She hid the two of their faces with her huge Southern gal hat, so you couldn't see their faces when she went up and put her arms around him. But she didn't really put her arms around him. She was patting him on the back, which is not exactly, the loving wife jumping into his arms, and putting her legs around him, stuff like that. So anyway, so that was one thing. They said this was a little bizarre. And then, and the hat kind of blocked what was going on in there. And then today, the story has come out again. Again, I didn't see the speech at the end, but he's being criticized for snubbing his wife, Erica Stoll. Now, his background, you recall, Rory McIlroy filed for divorce last May. less than a year ago, after 7 years of marriage, irretrievably broken. He was dating sports reporters, including the one that was waiting to interview him after the victory. When he was giving his speech, he said, and last but certainly not least, over to my left, my family, my team, they've been on this journey with me the whole way through. They know the burden that I've carried to come here every year and try again. Then he turned to his 4-year-old daughter, said, the one thing I'd say to my daughter, Poppy, over there is never give up on your dreams. Keep coming back. Keep working hard. And if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. Love you. Never mentioned his wife by name. Never mentioned his wife. Talked about his family, his team. You would think. Well, get a reaction first. Love the shout out to his daughter. Would have been nice if he acknowledged his wife. Another, sorry, but after the divorce back and forth, it would have been something if he could have done that. What about his wife for real? You mean the family that he tried to abandon? Weird that not once in the entire post-round interviews did he mention his wife by name. And then another, wait a minute, isn't this the same guy that sent divorce papers to his wife while he was at a golf tournament? Yeah, that's a stand-up family man right there, you coward.
Why does everybody give a damn what he says about his wife?
Well, no, I think
no one's business but his.
I know. Well, frankly, I was. If I had watched it, I would have been surprised too. Again, obviously, it's his business, and if they're happy or not, I don't know. Now, maybe when she put the hat around her head, she said, "You dirty rat, and your little girlfriend's over there waiting for you." Maybe they had a fight there with her covered by the hat. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny that he was my family, my team, and then he never.
Maybe just a business relationship. Well, at this point.
Anyway, I just thought it was a shame. I thought it was a great opportunity for the guy. The lifelong dream. This is the one thing that he could. He tried again, 13 years after failing miserably 14. When he almost had it for whatever. And again, it was just a shame. It was a missed moment. And again, we're doing like girly stuff here for a moment. And I thought it was too bad. And it was because I've had opportunity to thank my wife in public and many times for being at awards and stuff. And it's just. Anyway, that's what you do. Although I heard the guys talking the day before us, our Bard and Steve show, Clay and Buckley, and they were talking about whether girls just are still paying for dates. One girl said, "Yeah, I paid our first date." I thought, "Oh, girls are
no way in
man.
hell as a man you can have a woman pay for the first date."
I don't know what's going on.
You got to be together for like 3 years.
I know.
Before she.
I know. I can't.
Unless you go on a blind date with a feminist.
Well, if she tells you up front or something,
you just leave then.
Yeah. Say, I've got to park my car in my garage.
I got my wallet. Let me run out to the car.
Yeah,
it's a milk
in
and
Buckhead. I see you, kid. 3:30. Kimmer Pete Flounder. Oh, look out.
Get the latest breaking news and insight from the biggest conservative voices in the South when you follow XTRA 106.3 across all your social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube at XTRA 106.3.
Yeah, we're having a good time here. Kimmer Pete Flounder, 331. How's it going? 404-741-1230 if you would like to join us. And I got another number for you. If you're looking for a good healthcare premium situation, if your premium's getting out of control, the big boys are back in town. The health insurance doctor's name's Steven. He's got a plan for you. And again, I don't know what your plan is, and he doesn't until you tell him. But if you're looking for things like maybe $0 deductibles, maybe not shelling out the $50 when you walk into the doctor's visit, nationwide PPO things without waiting for stuff. And he's been doing this for decades now, Metro Atlanta. There are people saving literally tens of thousands of dollars on premiums. Now, it depends what family plan, your original self-plan, maybe you're self-employed or self-insured, small business owner on the COBRA thing. I don't know about this stuff. Maybe you're looking for like cancer things and eyeglass things and accidental things and stuff like that. Well, here's the deal. You tell Stephen what you're looking for. He looks up he's got all the tables and charts and all that stuff. He looks all this stuff and gives you the plan that you're looking for, and you don't have to pay him for what he did. It's free. You don't have to pay him. Here's the number. Free quote. He'll check it out for you. 678-523-0759. On the web, healthinsurancedoctor.net.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. Did you know now is the perfect time to set up your mowing game with your Exmark mower? Exmark's zero-turn mowers are durable, efficient, and reliable every time, helping you mow faster and better so you can spend less time working and more time enjoying your lawn. Don't just mow like a pro with Exmark cutting this season. Head over to Howard Brothers now. Their friendly folks are ready to serve and find the right Exmark mowers for all of your needs. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
Have you considered securing your family's future, protecting your hard-earned assets, navigating complex legal matters with ease? Nelson Elder Care Law is here to guide and empower you and your loved ones. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust and expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid crisis solutions, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, Nelson Elder Care Law protects what matters most to you. Imagine a team dedicated to safeguarding your legacy every step of the way. Our flat fees ensure transparency, and our customized plans prioritize your family's specific needs. Are you worried about protecting your family and your legacy after you're gone? Let us help you ensure you're absolutely protected from whatever curveballs life may throw your way. Schedule a complimentary legacy planning meeting with our legal team in Marietta or Woodstock today. Contact us at 678-250-9355 or visit at nelsoneldercarelaw.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for True Prep. Life changed for me in October of 2018. I saw firsthand the devastation that Hurricane Michael caused on the Gulf Coast and into Georgia. That storm was the reason I decided that I needed to prepare for any situation that might affect my family. And that's why True Prep can be so valuable for you. From freeze-dried, dehydrated, and canned foods to water purification systems. Visit True Prep at 1000 Cobb Parkway in Marietta or truprep.com. That's truprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow with True Prep.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
If you're the decision maker at your company, we have great news for you, for your HR department, and for your employees. A new and future-forward way to do health benefits is here from Thatch. Not only do your employees get better health benefits with Thatch, but you save an average of $1,620 per employee per year. That's right. You can save over $1,600 per employee per year. Plus, Thatch reduces the time your HR department spends administering benefits. Businesses all over the country love Thatch's breakthrough approach. Rather than a wasteful one-size-fits-all plan, Thatch empowers your employees by letting them customize their own benefits plans. And you save money and time while providing your employees with better health benefits, which works better for everyone. Book a demo with Thatch and we'll send you a $100 gift card. Visit thatch.ai/radio to book a demo for your gift card. That's THATCH.ai/radio. Thatch.ai/radio.
The Morning Extra, every weekday on your drive to work on XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA 106.3 app.
Growing up, it was regular to talk about how if you work in the private sector, you'll make more money, but you don't have the security that you get from the government. In the government, you'll make less money, but you'll have more security than if you're working in the private sector. That's what's flipped on its ear, where you have government employees that are well above the median average of what is going on in this country. And you go, well, what do you do for a living? What is it that you do, government employee? Well, that's a loaded question.
There's a lot.
Elon Musk having an email that went out that said, tell us 5 things you accomplished this week. And people freaked out.
And it was more about, show me you're alive. Show me you're a real person, that we're not sending a check to an empty bank account that doesn't belong to anybody. Just fog the mirror.
Fog the mirror. Show me you're alive.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is Extra 106.3.
All right, I got here we go. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. What's up? What's up? Ramones here. As far as I know. 2001, punk pioneer Joey Ramone, and then in parentheses here, Flounder, it says Jeffrey Ross Hyman. Was that his real name? Was it Ramone's name was not real?
Not that I know of. I'm not sure.
I don't know what that means.
Kid.
I mean, in parentheses, it says Jeffrey Ross Hyman, singer of the Ramones, died after a losing battle with lymphatic cancer, age 49. 2 years later, again, that was 2001. In 2003, there was a block of East 2nd Street in New York City officially renamed Joey Ramone Place. You got it? I didn't know that was the whole name thing. Our birthday list includes that naughty little Emma Watson, Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter movie. She's 35. Emma Watson's also Belle in the live-action Beauty and the Beast. I never saw that either. Is that one with that little skinny, scrawny, sickly, what's her name? No, that's the different one. What's the one? Twisted, I'm thinking, or twanked, twisted, tweedled. I don't know. Whatever it was. I'm losing it, I tell you, I'm losing it. And on this day in history, what's that?
You'll be glad to know, April 25th in theaters, The Accountant 2.
I can't wait. Well, I won't be going to the theater, but Ben Affleck in the movie The Accountant was a great movie. Ben Affleck in the movie The Town was a great movie.
Yeah,
I mean, unbelievable. This guy, those are great films.
This one looks a little more comical.
Oh, well, he teams up with his brother.
So it looks like a more brother duo kind of thing.
Oh, I hope they don't make it a comedy, guys. One of the.
I'm not saying a comedy, but there was a couple comedy elements in the trailer. So
yeah, well, we'll see. And again, when they met for the first time in years, not knowing they were fighting each other until they realized it, there were a couple of funny parts in that. But still, it was hardly a. Well, I can't wait. I think they were great. The Town and The Accountant were I've got them both on my DVR, saved in my library.
I watched a little bit of the trailer because they give away too much in the trailers these days.
Yeah.
And Ben, I tell you what, the drinking, he's aged a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he drinking? Is that a thing?
He's been problem with drinking for a while. I don't know if he's still doing it.
Huh.
I think he's currently sober. I mean.
Well,
but in fact, there fell off the wagon a few times.
Just a story about him recently, a couple of days in a row, about him flirting with Jennifer Aniston again, much to the chagrin of the guy. Isn't that her?
Jennifer Garner?
Garner. I mean Jennifer Garner. Yeah, not Aniston. Jennifer Garner, and her boyfriend is not too happy about it, or her new husband, or I don't know. I can't keep track of all these things. Anyway, on this day in history, 1974, Patty Hearst, the heiress to the Hearst publishing fortune, is taking part in a bank robbery in San Francisco with a Symbionese Liberation Army. They had kidnapped Patty Hearst 2 months earlier, demanded the Hearst family deliver $70 worth of food to every needy person in California. That would have cost $400 million. $400 million is what the SLA demanded Patty Hearst's father pay. He tried to donate $2 million worth of food to the Bay Area, and it turned into chaos. The SLA said, we're not going to release Patty after all. She was kept in a closet, tortured, raped, participated in their crimes, saying she was a victim of the Stockholm Syndrome, where the hostage bonds with their captors. She was sentenced to 7 years in prison, given clemency by Jimmy Carter after serving 22 months. Bill Clinton gave her a full pardon in 2001. And I believe that she, the heiress, and then all of a sudden she's part of a gang, cult thing.
Nobody cares.
I know. Well, it was a huge story back then. I'm telling you, it was a monster story.
Yeah, 50 years ago, it was a huge story.
Oh, my God. It's part of history. It's called the history segment.
It's a very small part that impacted nobody's lives.
Everybody remembers Patty Hearst. Oh, my God, man. And now this story. By the way, we got two MS-13 leader stories in the news. I hope I don't get them confused. Founder, we're going to play a soundbite with Pam Biondi here. With Caroline Levitt here in a second. First of all, Pam Biondi is reacting to the judge that is green-lighted the Department of Justice motion to drop a gun case against a guy from El Salvador who's an accused MS-13 leader. the Salvadorian national, they call him a Maryland resident, one of these, just a guy, a dad. He's accused of being an MS-13 leader. His last name is Santos. Got him in Virginia, and Pam Bondi said he's one of the top leaders, and he was charged with illegal firearm charge at the time they busted him. He is not clear. His counsel said, his lawyer says, we're not sure what's going to happen to his client once they dismiss the case. The government wants to dismiss the case and deport him back to El Salvador. And his lawyer says, oh my God, he'll be deported without any due process. Oh no. It's like the similar case of this guy named Garcia, which we'll talk about in a second, erroneously deported to El Salvador last month after being called an MS-13 gang member. Anyway, so the lawyers are saying they've already determined the outcome. If he goes back there, they're going to kill him. He'll face a removal process, says Pam Biondi. And now, hold on a second. I got more on this story. Oops. Oh, damn. Sorry. You got a thing here. Oh, all right. Hold on. I have to get these by my phone because it's too late to get them when I print it out. Okay, so Pam Bondi, I talked about that guy, 13. Now, today, Flounder, we're going to do the soundbite here. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt doubles down on the other MS-13 gangbanger who was just called a Maryland dad by the mainstream press, even though he's a gangster and illegal alien invader. And here's what Caroline Leavitt says about the chances of us trying to, although the judge's orders for us to get him back, he says, here's the chances of that ever happening.
The Democrat and media outrage over the deportation of Abrego Garcia, an MS-13 El Salvadorian illegal alien criminal who is hiding in Maryland, has been nothing short of despicable. Based on the sensationalism of many of the people in this room, you would think we deported a candidate for Father of the Year. That's because, unfortunately, many in this country care more about this quote-unquote Maryland father, a legal alien MS-13 gang member, than a Maryland mother and an American citizen who was brutally murdered at the hands of a different illegal alien. Of course, I am referring to Rachel Morin. And if you didn't see yesterday, a Maryland jury found illegal alien Victor Antonio Martinez Hernandez guilty of murdering Rachel Morin in August of 2023. She was a 37-year-old mother of 5 who was jogging in an otherwise safe community northeast of Baltimore when this monster ambushed, strangled, and beat her to death before stuffing her brutalized body in a tunnel drain. The Morin family finally got justice yesterday, but they will never get Rachel back. Our hearts go out to Rachel's family, her 5 children, and her mother, Patty, who has suffered the unimaginable loss of her daughter.
And again, this is the third illegal alien horrible story, and I got 2 or 3 more, all just today.
Oh, do you see where the Maryland Democrat senator is going to fly to El Salvador?
Oh my God!
To try and get one of them and bring them back here.
Yeah, he is concerned about the fate of that guy.
Yeah.
As opposed, I can't
to the
believe
woman, the mother, killed by one of them. He's more concerned about the freaking criminal.
Well, if he's trying to get to El Salvador, maybe the president of El Salvador should tell him the plane can't land. Just keep going.
How about the president of El Salvador take the guy out and say, yeah, you want to talk to us? Here he is. But first, we're going to flay him alive on national television.
Unbelievable.
How do you feel about that?
It's unbelievable. One quick sad thing before we take a break here, and then we got more that's coming up, and also courts and trannies. That's still going on. First of all, this announcement just came in. Pete just sent this to us. We're deeply saddened to share with you that Pearl Harbor survivor Juan P. Drake Jr., 106 years old, of Lexington, Kentucky, passed away this month in 2025. The oldest known Pearl Harbor survivor, Vaughn P. Drake, 106 years old. On December 7th, 1941, he was 23, serving in the Army at the barracks at the Naval Air Station on the east side of Oahu. The last known oldest Pearl Harbor survivor, Vaughn P. Drake Jr., 106, passed away this month.
U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. My dad worked for them for 40 years.
That's right. Yeah. Hell of an outfit, by the way. And without them, believe me, without their bridges and their roadways and pathways and engineering stuff, believe me. 347, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's your Tuesday? Nice to have you aboard. 106.3, here we go.
You're Your favorite Extra shows are streaming live video from the studio on Extra 106.3's YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Extra YouTube channel and get the Morning Extra and the Kimmer Show in live digital video.
Kevin McAlpin here, alongside Evan Ward, host of North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan, heard right here on Extra 106.3. And Evan, one of the most common questions financial advisors get is, can I retire now? Obviously, this can apply to folks who want to retire early or those who are 65 or older just wanting to know if they've done enough saving over the years. So when a client calls, when they stop by your office, how can you help them determine if they are able to finally retire?
That is the number one question that we get the first time somebody comes in our office. How do I even know whether I've got enough to get where I need to be? And I think my industry does an awful job of giving you at least the right facts to be able to make that decision. How do I know? Now, the actual creation of an income plan that can take the stresses and the risks and reduce any kind of concerns that you have in retirement, that can get pretty complex. That's why you have a person like me on your team. But the actual knowing whether you have enough to be able to retire is a pretty simple formula that we'd love to share and be able to show clients, hey, you're in a good spot, or no, you're not in a good spot, but if we do these things, we can get back on track and retire ahead of schedule or on your schedule that you want. And that's what we focus on. That's our primary concern when somebody walks in our office.
If you are wondering if you can retire, well, that's why you got to pick up the phone and call Evan and the team at Atlas Retirement today. They're going to give you a complimentary review of your savings and investments. That number is 678-736-7799. 678-736-7799. Or get more details anytime online. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, this is Tom from The Honest Car Guy. We help you buy your next pre-owned car or truck honestly. We guarantee each vehicle we sell will come with a copy of the bill of sale, showing what we paid for it. You pay what we pay, plus a disclosed fee. Guaranteed. Honesty is the best policy, and we guarantee it. Finally, a pre-owned car and truck buying process that you can trust.
Get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1 or visit honestcarguy.com.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. You know, a great smile can make you more successful as well as make you happy. Yes, it's true. And your smile's waiting for you at my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler, my friend for 30 years and dentist forever. This woman at Atlanta Smiles, atlantasmiles.com, the dentist with a doggy. It's really true, whether it's just regular cleaning or bridges or crowns or are your teeth bothering a little bit, maybe a little ache or something, or your gums it's not going to get better on its own. Take it from me, I found that out the hard way. Taking care of your teeth and gums, and everybody's happy. And by the way, you can relax with Dr. Dina. This is an individual, private VIP experience. The latest technology. She used AI to get my last thing done at my last visit. And don't forget the doggy. She's a little doggy to take a nap in your lap while you're getting your work done. And this staff, these ladies are angels, I promise you. You'll love going there. A veteran herself, Dr. Dina, 10% veterans discount off the top. Tell them when you call. 404-262-7733. Your smile's waiting. Get the doggy at atlantasmiles.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
It's the NRA Annual Meetings and Exhibits at the World Congress Center, April 25th to 27th. 14 acres of guns and gear from the most popular brands, political speakers, self-defense and firearm training seminars, a Saturday night concert featuring Big and Rich, NRA Youth Day, and much more. It's a freedom-filled weekend with something for everyone. Tickets just $10. NRA members get in free. Visit NRAtickets.com. That's NRAtickets.com. You don't want to
little Emma Thompson, she's 66. Mrs. Potts in Beauty and the Beast. Your kids know her as Nanny McPhee, who wrote the Mary Poppins and Saving Mr. Banks, and Professor Sybil Trelawney in the Harry Potter movies. Emma Thompson, 66 years old today. And on speaking of acting, on this day in 1971, George C. Scott was given the Best Actor Oscar for Patton. And he said, "Stick it." He refused to accept it. George C. Scott said actors should not be in competition with each other, for one thing, and he also considers the Academy Awards, quote, a 2-hour meat parade, a public display with contrived suspense for economic reasons. Well, now it's actually a 4-hour public display of a meat thing here. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 5:50. What's a 3:55 already? Holy cow. 404-741-1230. Okay. More judge fair going on here again. And by the way, this is pretty funny. ICE agents showed up in Vermont and nabbed a Jew-hating Columbia University protester while he was there to get his U.S. citizenship. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, think about that. He's a Palestinian Jew-hater student hailing from the West Bank, and he spent 10 years in America, obtained his green card, but they've cut his time short in America. He helped lead all the Jew-hating, and again, the story says he led the anti-Israeli protests, the Jew-hating protests at Columbia through last spring. They showed him being escorted with his hands shackled in front of him, surrounded by federal agents, as he was about to get sworn in to get his U.S. citizenship. He says, "It's a death sentence. My people are being killed unjustly in an indiscriminate way." His lawyer says he came to this country hoping to be able to speak freely about the atrocities he witnessed. No, that's not what he was doing. He was calling for death to Jews. He was, blocking Americans from doing their daily stuff. You're not allowed to do that, you idiot. He said, well, we knew we were going to be a target of the Trump administration, mass deportation. Yeah, no kidding. He said, this is the outcome. I'll either be living or imprisoned or killed by the apartheid system. Oh, no. Yeah, well, then you should have behaved yourself. You should have operated under the authority that, oh, my God, you get freedom in this country. How can you think, how do you think you deserve freedom when all you do is call for the murder of other people? The hell?
Did you hear what happened in London?
To the bakery, to the Jewish bakery, or what are you talking about?
The British police have telling Jewish people to stay inside because of anti-Israeli protests by Muslims outside of synagogues. Now, just for 1 second, think,
Wait a
what
minute.
if they said, Muslims, you need to stay inside because there's anti-Muslim parades by Jews around mosques?
Yeah.
They would never think about doing that or saying that.
By you black people, there's going to be some anti-Martin Luther King protests, so you blacks are going to have to stay in your houses. I'm sorry. That's just...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that seems fine. We'll probably do that. What's going on in Europe? This is Britain. This
If
is
I was
the
a
Royal
Jewish person,
Kingdom.
I would be the first train out of Europe as quick as possible.
But it's Europe. I mean, it's Europe.
Except Eastern Europe.
Censorship
Eastern
and-
Europe is still got their head together, but Western Europe is trying to kill
Well,
itself.
Eastern Europe's learned a lesson a little harder than Western did, apparently, since World War II, which is hard to believe, by the way. How
I
could
think
they
Hungary and Austria and some of those Balkan states remember fighting the Ottoman Empire for several hundred years.
Good Lord. 358 Flounder's funny. Here's one now.
Don't ever do this with your significant partner. I go, let's get to know each other. On the count of 3, let's blurt out our IQs. Never do that with your significant partner. One of you is dumber. And in my case, it was me, and I was much dumber. And she loves me, so she was trying to save it. She goes, Mike, you have a much lower IQ than I do. Even you're smart enough to know that. She goes, but you have this other thing called emotional intelligence, and that's pretty valuable too. And I did some research, and it turns out emotional intelligence is completely made up. It's just something that smart people tell dumb people that they have so that the dumb people don't kill themselves. And they stay alive, and they do the jobs that the smarter people don't want to do. So my jobs in the apartment are as follows. Sanitation and extermination. That's what I do. I do bugs and trash. And sometimes she'll quiz me. She'll go, what are your jobs? I'll go, bugs and trash. And she'll be like, who's my guy? I go, I am.
Oh, man. This is the modern day woman, all right. Holy smoke. Who's that entertainer there?
That is Mr. Mike Viaccioni.
Oh, there you now we're talking. Oh. Hey, who? By the way, we're about to go to 4 o'clock news. Let's see how many judge fair things are in the news. As Donald Trump, once again, a judge got blocked, a girl judge just blocked his revoking the status for 500,000 migrants who flew into that secret fly at night with a credit card program under Biden. Remember that? And the judge says, no, every one of those 500,000 people has to get a special individual hearing. Here we go again. That's how they're trying to block everything Donald Trump does. Good Lord. Kimmer, Pete, Flounder, 4 o'clock. Look out. Here we go.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
Defending deportations, I'm Tom Rigotti, Fox News. President Trump has taken sweeping action on illegal immigration since taking office. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the administration has largely cleaned up a mess at the southern border they inherited from the prior administration.
According to CBP, Border Patrol apprehensions along the southwest border for the entire month of March 2025 were lower than the first 2 days of March 2024 under Joe Biden.
The Trump administration has faced backlash from Democrats over its deportation efforts and the legality of sending migrants to El Salvador prisons. Deportation efforts begin against the reputed East Coast transnational gang leader. Fox's Jeff Manassa with a story.
A federal judge grants the Justice Department's motion to dismiss charges against Henry Villatoros Santos, who was arrested on weapons charges last month in Virginia. Charges the Department of Justice moved to drop to expedite the deportation process for the El Salvador native that they call a top leader of the MS-13 terror group, who is living in the U.S. illegally. The judge's order paused until Friday, giving the defense a chance to explore other options. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
After many unanswered questions, we're about to learn more about would-be Donald Trump assassin Ryan Ruth. Fox's Dana Marie McNichol reports from Florida.
Today's hearing will most likely focus on the gun found at the scene. Ruth's attorneys, they're hoping this could prove his innocence, while prosecutors are laying out new information to show Ruth's intent to kill President Trump. In court documents, the government laid out a long list of evidence they want admitted into the trial. This includes encrypted messages that shows Ruth allegedly tried to purchase a rocket-propelled grenade or an anti-aircraft missile from an associate he believed to be a Ukrainian with access to military weapons.
America's listening to Fox News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 866-89-BIBLE. That's 866-89-BIBLE. 866-89-BIBLE.
There we go. My daughter Jennifer was a deadhead for a while, traveling around following Jerry Garcia and the boys. She's clean now, though. 20 years worth. A role model. 1996, the rest of Jerry Garcia's ashes were scattered on this day in 96 near the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. The small portion had been scattered on the Ganges River in India 11 days earlier. Jerry Garcia, the Grateful Dead leader, died in August 1995. And whatever. I don't know much about Jerry Garcia. One of the great lines was when people who used to listen to him finally stopped smoking weed when they were in the 50s, said, "Oh my God, that was the music I was listening to." But anyway, whatever. I'm sure they were all wonderful in every way. I never heard a single one of their songs, I'm sure. Our birthday list includes that naughty little Lois Childs. Lois Childs is 78. Lois Childs in the James Bond film Moonraker was Dr. Holly Goodhead. She also has the only distinction of being the only Bond girl to have sex in space. Holly, keep up the good work, sweetie. Let's see. On this day in history, this was 2013. 2 bombs go off near the finish line of the Boston Marathon. 3 people killed immediately. Almost 300 were wounded. 4 days later, the manhunt captured one of the bombing suspects, the 19-year-old brother. His older brother, 26-year-old Tasnarf, whatever his name was killed in a shootout with the cops that day. There was that night, a 26-year-old police officer at MIT was shot dead in his patrol car on the Cambridge campus. They believe the brothers did that. And then they carjacked an SUV, told the driver that he was one of the Boston Marathon bombers. Followed behind another car, drove around Boston with their hostage, took money from an ATM, went to New York City. A gun battle broke out in a Boston suburb of Watertown. One guy wounded, taken to the hospital, tried to resuscitate him. He was killed. Let's see. It kind of goes on and on. In July 2013, they caught the other brother, pleaded not guilty, federal charges. Went on trial in January 2015, found guilty, all 30 counts, sentenced to death, appealed it, and is being held at a Supermax prison in Colorado. The Marathon Boston Bombers. Kimmer Pete and Flounder, 406. How's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. A couple of more judge fair things, lawfare, judge fair things going on. Now, a federal judge has now ruled against parents seeking to protest tranny athletes by wearing a wristband at high school events. federal judge, New Hampshire. The parents, what happened was the parents started wearing pink-colored wristbands with 2 X's on them. The 2 X's representing the 2 X chromosomes, which all women have. Men have a Y and an X chromosome. And so, ironically, all those years, for centuries, I guess, or how many centuries, we don't know, where if a king's wife, the queen, gave birth to a girl and was therefore ostracized for it, they blamed her for giving birth to a girl. It was the king's fault. He's the one who supplied the chromosomes. I mean, if he supplied the X, it was a girl. If he supplied the Y, it was a boy. So, I mean, it was always the king's fault, the birth of the child, anyway. When they complained about it. Anyway, so they're wearing wristbands. And the school, this is incredible, the parents of one of the girl athletes were complaining about a boy athlete who was running against the girls in a soccer game on the opposing team. So they wore these wristbands with 2 pink X's on them, and then they were told by the superintendent they were issued a notice of trespass. The 2 families who did it got served with trespassing notices. And so the parents sued the school district saying, wait, the First Amendment rights, what are you talking about? We had wristbands. We weren't, jumping up and down and throwing rocks at anybody. Well, a U.S. district judge, President George H.W. Bush appointed, he said the district acted reasonably to prevent the parents from protesting because the inoffensive intentions were not as important as the wider context. Adults attending a high school athletic event do not enjoy a First Amendment protected right that can demean or harass or harm students. The judge said they may well have never intended to communicate a demeaning thing, but symbols and posters are fully capable of conveying such a message. And the broader message is what the school understood and appropriately tried to prevent. So in other words, if it's a message that gets through and the school doesn't like it, then they have the right to ban it. Oh, that's right. I get it. Oh, my God. The parents asked the court to rule that they be allowed to wear wristbands at spring games to protest transgender athletes competing in girls' sports, and that was denied too, and now they're appealing. And another judge is going to rule on another First Amendment protection. He said the adult speech in a limited public forum enjoys greater First Amendment protection than a student speech in a classroom. Now, obviously, in a classroom setting and in a school setting, there are things where you could cause a public disruption, which therefore could be an issue. But to wear a wristband at an event?
You can't tell people they can't wear a wristband.
That's unbelievable.
If it's got a swastika on, I could see that. But a pink thing? No.
Well, if they were screaming, epithets at the guy or something, disrupting this.
You can't yell at the guy.
But this is, but here we go. And now more appeals, more judges, more lawyers.
It's censorship from the left. They always want to tell you what you can think and what you can say and what you can feel.
They don't want you to be allowed to say or think or react to anything that has to do with trannies. Why they're so protective of trannies all of a sudden? Where's the outrage from women, from gays? Lesbians, and seriously,
they're afraid. They're afraid of being called a name. Quit being afraid of being called a name.
No, it's not.
It's not going to hurt you.
It's not. It's right. It's wrong in every way. Let's see. Oh, by the way, again, this came out of nowhere, and I don't know why this started with what Wendy's is doing concerning Katy Perry. This story, the space girls, boobs in space. What do they call that flight where they all took off? Gayle King, Jeff Bezos' fiance, Lauren Sanchez.
Dummies go to space.
Dummies, yeah, boobs in space or whatever.
Pigs in space.
With Katy Perry, and it was an all-chick flight. The first official all-female crew since the Russian girl went up by herself in '63, but that's a whole different story. Anyway, so they took this flight, and so Wendy's, the Blue Origin mission, and Wendy's has now come out after the celebrities were joined by their research scientists, police, and first after they landed back at the Texas base, Wendy's ex-official account threw some shade at him and Katy Perry when she was kissing the ground. Wendy's, the burger company, said, "Can we send her back? Katy Perry has returned from space. Can we send her back?" Katy, and then it said, "I kissed the ground and I liked it," mocking her hit track, "I Kissed a Girl." And it didn't stop there. They showed she and her crewmates have been in space a total of 10 minutes. Wendy's sarcastically retweeted, don't shortchange her. It was 11 minutes. Good one, Wendy. I'm a woman, send me to space. When we said women in STEM, this isn't what we meant, said Wendy's. Why they took a shot at Katy Perry is unknown. I don't know why, although they're known. Apparently, Wendy's is known for going on X and making fun of people and doing like young people mocking stuff. I mean, but still, why would they even bother? Katy Perry's fans can't be very happy. And now I don't know whether this makes a difference in the food industry, but again, she's being mocked and all the rest of them too. Backlash over their flight. Amy Schumer, Olivia Munn, Emily Ratajkowski, Olivia Wilde also are saying there's a lot more important things going on than them sitting up in space. And by the way, it's not like they were astronauts. They were, put in a chair, flown up, and then flown back again. So, and good for them. I mean, still, they probably were scared when they took off, and they felt the effects of going through gravity. I mean, so that good, good.
I mean, I'd have done it.
Absolutely.
I'd have done it. I don't blame them for doing it, but it was a Disney ride. It's a Six Flags ride.
Yeah, exactly. They spent 3 minutes feeling the effects of things, and which is fine, which is good. But let's not make a big, Oprah's crying for her girlfriend Gayle King and stuff, tears of something or other. And by the way, now the girls who were up on there are firing back, saying that, come on, I'll show you what this is all about. It's for all the young girls and young women about what this represents for what they can do.
No, the real girls of NASA, the SUNY woman, the real women astronauts show what women can do, not these millionaire, billionaire bimbos.
Yeah, the real women of astronauts are the women who work out and they're physics engineers and astrophysicists and aerodynamic engineers, and they can run 20 miles and do 100
so basically,
push-ups.
If you put out to a billionaire or a millionaire, you too can go on space.
You can go to space. I mean, please. 4:13, Kimmer Pete Flounder. How's it going? Happy Tuesday. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood so far, and we got so much coming up, including, I feel, the White Lotus actress and the SNL thing. We got on that. And also the fundraiser for the guy who killed the guy. Oh, the black versus white makes a difference. 4:13, Kimmer Pete and Flounder. Yeah.
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast's premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Well, here we are again. It's April the 15th, tax day. Is your return in the mail? Have you filed it already? Here's a little test that you can run on friends and coworkers. It's always fun to do this on April the 15th. Depressing, but fun. Walk up to a coworker and say, hey, it's April 15th. How much income tax did you have to pay this year? Then stand by, because more likely than not, they're going to tell you, well, I didn't have to pay anything. I'm getting some back. Have you ever heard a statement that so brilliantly describes the profound ignorance of the American taxpayer? Week after week, paycheck after paycheck, for a year, the government seizes money from your paycheck. They need that money immediately. And then, when it comes time to file the tax return, if you discover that the government took too much money out of your paychecks, they'll give you some back without interest. And undoubtedly today, you'll hear some leftist politicians say, well, the rich need to pay their fair share. Oh, that's so popular with the dumb masses. Here you go. Latest statistics. The bottom 50% of all taxpayers have 10.4% of all income, but they only pay 2.3% of all taxes. The top 1%, the rich, earn 26.3% of all income, but they pay 46% of all income taxes. And you're going to tell me the rich don't pay their fair share. Only if you're a low IQ Democrat. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
Tax refund season is here, so now's the time to invest in your home. For over 25 years, homeowners have trusted Southern Exteriors for expert craftsmanship and lasting value. James Hardy Fiber Cement Siding delivers unmatched durability, stunning design options, and superior protection for your home. Right now, take advantage of 0% financing for 12 months or 10% off any project. Don't wait. Upgrade your home with the #1 name in siding. Schedule your free estimate today at southernexteriors.co.
Tomorrow morning, I get the doggy. Well, that's kind of silly. I'm going to the dentist, Dr. Dina Geisler, the dentist doggy doctor. Dr. Dina Geisler, Atlanta Smiles, the name of her practice, of course. And I've been talking about her for 30 years plus now. And tomorrow, I've got a little thing going on for a little thing on the side of down at the bottom of the. Never mind, it's a long story. Anyway, among the incredible fancy work she does, not just things like veneers and cosmetic stuff, but cleaning and bridges and crowns and. When I did a little special something going down here was designed with AI right there in the office. And I mean, the thing about the place is it's like a personal spa. It's not one of these kind of chain, conveyor belt kind of deals at the dentist's office. Happiest doctor's office of any kind I've ever seen. I'm not kidding. There's a guy doctor there too, but her staff, these I call them Kimmer babes. They're just the sweetest, nicest, most professional ladies. They're great at what they do. They love what they do. They really love taking care of patients, and it's just the happiest place you ever saw. And there's a little doggy will take a nap in your lap while you're getting your work done at the dentist. Darnest thing you ever saw. By the way, she's a Navy dentist, doctor, veteran. So you get 10% off the top if you're a veteran. Just tell them when you call 404-262-7733. See you tomorrow. Getting a smile fixed all up at AtlantaSmiles.com.
Looking to attend multiple Braves games for the 2025 season? Save up to 10% with the Braves Flex Plan and pick the games that fit your schedule. The Flex Plan includes some great matchup options, including popular opponents like the Phillies, Dodgers, Yankees, and more. Plus, you have the option to pick your perfect view to enjoy your games from.
Goodbye. Struck him out with a slider. It is a 1-2-3 shutdown inning for Chris Sale.
Visit Braves.com/Flex Plan to learn more and get your plan started. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. ATL Turf Co. provided a pet-friendly turf, so it holds up to dogs. My dog likes to have friends over, so when they run around, chase balls, they can skid on it, they can slide on it. Nothing ever happens to it. The transformation of my backyard just looks amazing. We've referred ATL Turf Co. to all of our friends and family. Check them out online at atlturfco.com.
It's the NRA Annual Meetings and Exhibits at the World Congress Center, April 25th to 27th. 14 acres of guns and gear. A freedom-filled weekend with activities for the entire family. Tickets just $10. NRA members get in free. Visit nratickets.com.
Oh, wait, this is Tuesday, isn't it? And my dentist thing with Dr. Dean is on Thursday, not tomorrow. Thursday. I go to the dentist and have a little fun time. There we go. Billy Joel, actually. 1982. Billy Joel was in good condition after major surgery in Columbia Medical Center in New York. Billy Joel was riding his 1978 Harley when he ran into a car and broke his wrist. The switchboard was jammed with calls from fans, so Billy Joel had to issue a plea to stop calling because there were people there who really were sick. So anyway, it turned out all right. Be careful on your Harley, you idiot. Let's see, our birthday list. And we were doing hotties all day so far today. Let's do one more. Claudia Cardinale. Claudia Cardinale from the Pink Panther movies and so forth. Claudia Cardinale is 87 years old. That can't be right.
I'm glad she's still alive. Everybody else is dead. Capuchin is dead.
That's right.
Peter's dead.
Niven. Well, oh my. On this day in history was 2009, whipped up by conservative commentators and bloggers. Tens of thousands of protesters staged modern-day tea parties around the country 3 months into the presidency of Barack Hussein Putitat, the hater and divider-in-chief, tapping into the collective angst stirred up by a bad economy, government spending, and bailouts. And the Tea Party was in the news a lot for a while, and then is there still a Tea Party segment even of the, I don't know.
I think MAGA took over from the Tea Party.
But yeah, for sure. 421, Kevin, Pete, and Flounder. Oh, we got a lot of stuff going on here. We got more lawfare stuff. We got newsy stuff. We got stuff with Kevin, Pete, and Flounder on the radio. We got Flounder's Funnies. We got Holy Crap at Sports. We got tweets. We got Pete's tweets. And coming up, the latest, another Hollywood star says, I'm okay after all. SNL's apologize. First, Pete's tweets.
James Woods tweets, why is Fox News catering to the madness and referring to every tranny as she? There is no such thing as a trans woman. There are dysphoric transvestite men, and responsible journalists should stop enabling their mental illness. To ask us to participate in the insanity is nuts.
Remember, it wasn't the famous psychologist or somebody said it's the only time in human history where a mental defect is now suddenly under demand for all of us to accept as part of your normal behavior.
Yeah, we're all asked to play along with it instead of getting them help. Yeah, just to act like nothing's going on. The Babylon Bee headline reads, Harvard installs Jew detectors at all entrances.
I mean, yeah, they said keep your $2 billion.
Among the Wildflowers tweets, I've seen far more coverage of the Barbie astronauts going to space for 11 minutes like it's a Disney ride than I did see anything about Elon Musk rescuing actual astronauts who are in danger.
Boy, what a great comment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another Babylon Bee headline. Harvard crew team unveils new U-boat. The picture is classic, too. It's got the swastika flag in it. It's great. Now Democrat liberals hate dogs. They love every warped freak in mankind, but they hate dogs. Mother Jones, the far-left hippie magazine, reports dogs have extensive and multifarious environmental impacts, disturbing wildlife, polluting waterways, and contributing to carbon emissions. New research has found. Is there anything good and decent that Democrats don't hate?
They have to be doing that on purpose because their readership must be down there trying to get publicity or something. There's no way.
By insulting dogs? Even liberals like dogs.
I know. I mean, who in the world thought that would be a good idea?
Researchers.
Idiots.
And Kurt posts, if you struggle to understand the difference between a man and a woman, you probably won't understand tariffs or international trade policy either.
Good point. 423, Kevin, Pete, Flounder. By the way, a little later on, we're going to do that Brave story again. If you missed it this morning, I was so shocked. I was listening to the morning show, as always, and they started talking about this Braves announcer, one of the sideline guys, it was a baseball game where the Braves were leading 8-0, and so there was, they were trying to have fun with the fans, so they sent a reporter up into the stands to talk to people, including a couple of girls, and then they kind of challenged him to get their phone numbers, and we'll have the audio of whatever happened, and how him getting blasted for his reaction, which I think is kind of silly. So we'll talk, that's coming up a little bit later on in case you missed it earlier, plus Holy Crap at Sports a little after 5 o'clock. But one more thing this morning, I kind of changed my mind on this. When I saw this morning, I sent this to Flounder to please print out for me. And it's actually a two-part story, very short. It's not going to take forever. But the first part of it was when I read the story of the actress named Amy Lou Wood. Amy Lou Wood is in the White Lotus series, which I tried to watch once, but I didn't like it, so I just stopped watching it. And it's become very provocative and controversial and fairly stupid, apparently, but it was a huge hit, White Lotus. She's in that. She was called out on Saturday Night Live for mocking her. And this actress, Amy Lou, she has a weird, strange features if they're exaggerated with her eyes, and also she has large teeth. And she was seen with a film club co-writer named Ralph Davis showed up with her in South London, and he's a House of Dragon actor, and they're friends, and he was consoling her, wrapping his arms around her while she was crying, wiping her eyes, resting her head on his chest, hiding her face with a baseball cap, bleary-eyed and crying, and it came after she made headlines for slamming SNL for making fun of her teeth. They had Sarah Sherman, it says here, wore fake teeth to spoof her character as Chelsea Clinton, talking about the White House, and so called White POTUS instead of White Lotus. Anyway, she thought it was mean and unfunny, and so I thought, that's a horrible thing to do. I kind of feel bad for her because she does have unusual characteristics, and when you're mocking somebody's physical features, it's not like they could, they were, wanted to be born that way, one of those things. Well, then it turns out, the update story was that now she says she did get an apology from Saturday Night Live. She shared behind-the-scenes clips from her series. She said, I have had apologies from SNL, and when people saw her crying, walking with her actor friend, and he was kind of consoling her, they assumed it was being emotional about the SNL skit, but she says, no, thank you so much. Just to say, I wasn't crying about that. The papers made out I was crying about something unrelated. But she did say her character, Chelsea, played by Sarah Sherman, I've been having these insane ideas like, what if we all took all the fluoride out of drinking water? What would that do to people's teeth? And then showed her brunette long wig and fake oversized teeth. She did sign the NSL thing. Anyway, so it turns out that it did apologize, and I guess it's going to be okay. But again, these, comedy's one thing, and mocking and something else, and it hurt her feelings, and I felt bad about it, so that's a go. All right, 427. Now, what do you think about this? I don't have the latest figures, but I know it's over $400,000. The story you remember, the black athlete Carmelo Anthony and the white athlete, the 17-year-old Austin Metcalf, the football player, during a track meet in Texas. They had some kind of a dispute. It's been reported now that Carmelo Anthony, the black athlete, stabbed the white 17-year-old after he told him he was in the wrong seat. They were in each other. The black athlete had come into the white athlete's tent area where they had their team together, and they got into, I don't know if it was a scuffle. They got into the guy said, you don't belong in here, and then he tried to push him out of the tent, and the guy said, touch me and see what happens, and so he tried to elbow him out, and he got stabbed in the heart and died. Now, the judge originally charged the kid, the black guy, Carmelo Anthony, charged with murder, first-degree murder. His bond was set at $1 million. His family set up a GoFundMe account, not by GoFundMe, but by a fundraising firm, and the judge had the bail at $1 million. Now today, the girl judge reduced the bail to $250,000, and he came up with 10%, so he's out free. In the meantime, his family's raised about $500,000, and they just bought a house.
Supposedly for their safety, they had to move.
Well, they had to move because all the racists are coming out with graphic threats. But they've raised $500,000, or probably a lot more than that by now, for the guy who admitted he did it. He claimed it was in self-defense because the unarmed white guy was saying, you don't belong in this tent. You're in the wrong tent. Your team's over there kind of deal. What are you doing over here?
Put it in this perspective. Kyle Rittenhouse, who killed 2 pedophiles, spent 86 days in jail.
Yeah. So, and again, the killer is free on bond at 10%. Well, 10% of the reduced bond level, and
the judge, the black female judge, ran on diversity.
Well, again, judge fair. It was law fair, and now it's judge fair. And it's every single day. It's every single day in the news. It's unbelievable.
You know what? You go every election, you go and there's judges on there, and you don't know any of those people. I guess we're just going to have to really pay more close attention than we should have anyway.
Well,
who the damn judges
are. When you elect judges, I mean, seriously, what is the public? They have legal counsels will come out with a report, and they'll rate the judges, but that's according to them, and so they're going to have their own biases on what they feel about a judge that's going to be deciding their cases. So, I mean, how's the public supposed to figure that out? On the other hand, who would decide? A governor and confirmed by the state Senate or something?
I bet there are conservative watch groups out there that have studies and reports on all these judges.
Judicial watch.
You probably get a hold of one.
Anyway, but again, it's an issue, and it's getting more of an issue because now it's every day against Donald Trump. Like 3 cases today, 5 cases today. 4:30. Holy cow! 4:30. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. How's your Tuesday? So much more coming up here, including Flounder's Funnies and Holy Grabbit Sports and Fantasyland and all the good stuff. Here we go. Stand by.
President said it himself.
America is back.
And Extra 106.3 continues on as the only conservative news and talk station in Atlanta. The news changes by the day, and you can count on Extra 106.3 to bring it to you straight every day without the spin. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Yeah, it's true. Donald Trump is cleaning up the country, but there's still burglars out there and bad guys along, floods and bad weather, stuff like that, things that can happen to your house, which is why Atlanta's Safe House is ready to help you protect your stuff. Jeff and Mark, the whole crew, these guys have been doing business for years and years. In fact, before I retired, went to Florida, my Kimmer Safes, top brands, by the way, they have all those master brands, American Security, and there's always some kind of rebate and sales going on with Browning and all those special gun safes. And by the way, gun safes, you don't pay a sales tax on gun safes at Atlanta Safe House. And again, they have a showroom in Acworth where we did our show a few weeks ago, and they have I think almost 200 safes ready to go. They can design the insides if you want something special for shelving units and stuff like that. They could build you a vault door, family storm shelter, pistol safes and jewelry safes and safes of all kind. Only the best kind of people like off-duty firefighters, police, and military folks deliver your stuff, your safe to you, because you can trust them in your house or your office. They can also rent you a safe. They can change your master reset code. They can fix your safe. They can do it all. The showroom in Acworth and on the web. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Atlanta Braves fans, May is Military Appreciation Month, and a great time to show your patriotism by purchasing a VIP table at the Warrior Alliance 4th Annual Veteran Impact Awards and Gala. The event will be held on Thursday, May 22nd at the Coca-Cola Roxy Theater at the Battery, Atlanta, and features dining, live entertainment, and Georgia-based veterans being honored for the significant contributions they are making in our communities. Purchase your VIP table today or make a donation at thewarrioralliance.org.
If you're the decision maker at your company, we have great news for you, for your HR department, and for your employees. A new and future-forward way to do health benefits is here from Thatch. Not only do your employees get better health benefits with Thatch, but you save an average of $1,620 per employee per year. That's right. You can save over $1,600 per employee per year. Plus, Thatch reduces the time your HR department spends administering benefits. Businesses all over the country love Thatch's breakthrough approach. Rather than a wasteful one-size-fits-all plan, Thatch empowers your employees by letting them customize their own benefits plans. And you save money and time while providing your employees with better health benefits, which works better for everyone. Book a demo with Thatch and we'll send you a $100 gift card. Visit thatch.ai/radio to book a demo for your gift card. That's THATCH.ai/radio. Thatch.ai/radio.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 3 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffers from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. We provide testosterone replacement therapy, the P-shot, and treatment for ED, PE, and Peyronie's disease. There's not just one therapy that can solve these complex issues. When you visit our clinic, you're going to see me. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. 404-777-1911. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. 404-777-1911. Online at tbtofga.com.
You have enough to deal with after an accident. You don't want to spend a lot of that time messing around with insurance companies. Besides, what are you going to say to them? You really know the ins and outs? David Van Sant at Van Sant Law does. He used to work for the insurance companies. Their worst nightmare. He knows who to call, what to say, how to listen to them, and he has your best interest at heart. Van Sant Law, 855-GA-INJURY. VanSantLaw.com, 855-GA-INJURY.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your system running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. So turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts for your system's maintenance. With Central, you get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. It's allergy season, and Central Heating and Air can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation, locally owned and operated HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Pete, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Joe Biden, when he was president, would send planes south of the border, load them up with illegals, and fly them into the United States, avoiding border checks. Trump just did the opposite. Once again, the worthlessness of Joe Biden and the Democrat Party on display, and the courage and determination of Donald Trump responding to the weakness of Joe Biden. They were child sexual predators, accused of kidnapping, assault, being pimps, robbery, aggravated assault of police officers. They're now in that terrorist holding facility in El Salvador. Love it. Just imagine the anguish of Democrats and progs and Joe Biden and his henchmen as they watch their master plot being destroyed.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Ladies' choice. Ladies, pick out your man. Wrap your arms around him and call him baby. Haunting song by Roberta Flack. 1972, Roberta Flack, 6 weeks, #1 with First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. It was written in 1957 by a political singer-songwriter named Ewan McCall. He wrote it for Peggy Seeger, who later would become his wife. At the time, they were lovers because McCall was cheating on his current wife. McCall, by the way, who wrote this song, is the father of singer-songwriter Christy McCall. The song was featured in the Clint Eastwood movie Play Misty for Me, which I remember seeing, God, it's got to be 40 years ago, but probably the only terrible movie that Clint Eastwood ever did.
Oh, Jessica Walters?
Yeah, it was crazy. He didn't seem like, he was not a radio announcer. I mean, he didn't fit the role. That's what I mean by it. It was just, it didn't fit. Anyway, so there you go. Birthday list includes, let's see, what am I going to do here?
He was the most manly radio man of all time.
Oh, yes, no question about that. You won't know this name, and I was trying to remember that when I saw the face, I remembered Sam McMurray. Sam McMurray's an actor. He's 73 years old. Sam McMurray was in Raising Arizona. He was in King of Queens, but I remember Sam McMurray, 73, because he played Dr. John Kennedy on The Sopranos, and Junior Corrado couldn't get through to him, so Tony kind of met him on the golf course and had him step into the pond. He said, "Next time, answer us his calls." Well, that was the guy who played Dr. John Kennedy. Sam McMurray, 73 years old today. And on this day in history, I'll do that later. Let's do this instead. Tomorrow, we're doing our show, this is Tuesday, we're doing our show tomorrow at Stovall, a wholesale landscaping supply store. They got their brand new store. They've got this 11th location now, Union Hill Road in Canton tomorrow. Doing the show tomorrow. Union Hill Road in Canton, Stovall Company. It's a family business. They're got a free contractors lunch at 11:30. If you're a contractor, they give you free food. We'll do our show from 3 to 6 and meet the staff, have some fun, and it'll be cool. Tomorrow, 3 to 6, Stovall, the new Union Road in Canton.
Just remember the
Union Hill.
rule.
I'm sorry, Union Hill Road. I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Please, yeah.
Do not touch the talent unless requested.
No touching. You're right. And I will give rides later on, for some of the, some
what
of the
kind of
events.
rides?
Well, just, rides.
Mustache.
Kimmer right.
That's what she said.
Just remember, unless it's requested, no touching the towel.
I know. Yeah, they were mocking my car today on the morning show, kind of having fun with it. Which is when I mentioned to them that my car actually has almost about 100 horsepower more than NASCAR allows. So, because which is kind of interesting.
And you have trouble with your tires. You say. I don't get it.
Well, again, I can't pull in this parking lot without scraping my tires because you can't make the turn because my car has a terrible steering radius. No, the steering radius literally to go in a circle. It's about half of the tightness that you get in any other car I've ever driven. I don't know why. It's because I don't know why. They make it that way. So
you need those big, wide ghetto feelers that come out.
Yeah, the big curb feelers. Yeah. They used to have those on all the Cadillacs had those when first came out with those. General Motors, they did those for my mother's Buick Electra convertible had those feelers on them, I think. Anyway, 441, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Oh, a couple of things here. The Doge is at it again and again. How could anybody be upset about this? The Department of Veterans Affairs, the VA, has now canceled an unreasonably priced contract so they can spend the money on taking care of war fighters and serving veterans. The Department of Veterans Affairs has canceled a contract for $15 million for salary survey data and analysis. Salary survey data and analysis, a $15 million contract to investigate salary data. The VA, it was a minor website modification. The contract was not renewed. It was renewed. The work was not being done. Oh my God. They were paying $400,000 a month for a minor website modification. One software engineer spent 10 hours a week, ladies and gentlemen, 10 hours a week for $400,000 a month. And this is part of the VA directing $98 million back to health care and benefits for veterans. And they just canceled this $15 million thing where a guy made $400,000 a month working 2 hours a week. I'm sorry, 10 hours a week, 2 hours a day. Okay, there's another Doge thing that worked out. And one more. We're going to talk about Whoopi, too. In fact, let's do that here, Flounder. Oh, actually, do we have to do a break here?
We got time.
Okay. Whoopi Goldberg, believe it or not, was on The View. They're probably going to have her killed now. In fact, she's probably under some kind of watch. The hideous Whoopi Goldberg on The Hideous View is certainly going to face a beating now from members of The View after she said this, agreeing with something with Donald Trump, for crying out loud.
What we have to always do, regardless of who you voted for, you still got to pay your rent, you still got to take care of your kids, you still got to take care of your business. And maybe some of what's happening, like, they're trying to take apart the Department of Education.
Yes.
Maybe that is a good thing because maybe it will force us to make sure that our kids actually get what they need. Maybe it'll force us to go to our state and say, listen, I want to make sure, since you're taking all this money from my taxes, I want to make sure that my kids get exactly what they need. I don't have to wait for the government to do it. We can do it. This is now in our hands. This is in our hands, and it's going to be tough, and nobody wants to do it because it's a bitch. But you know what? If it comes down to your survival, this is what you got to do. You got to take care of what you got to take care of. And they're telling me that we're going to be right back.
After agreeing with Donald Trump.
They're doing this.
Yeah, people telling me we'd be right back, all right. Maybe not in one piece. Anyway, 444 already. Holy cow, with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Melinda Gates talking about her divorce. Also, the fencer who took a knee rather than compete against a boy pretending to be a girl. And we got a lot of stuff coming up. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder right here. How you doing? Happy Tuesday.
Did you miss Neil Bortz?
I am shocked.
Don't worry. He's live anytime on the XTRA 106.3 app.
Oh, that radio show.
Did traffic cause you to miss some of the Kimmer Show? Get it on the app.
It's all the kids talk about but on Monday it's cool.
With anytime show replays from The Kimmer, Boards, The Morning Extra, Clay and Buck, and so much more. Plus local headlines and breaking news. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Springtime is here. Looking for a fun weekend with family, friends, and the kids? The Mitsubishi Electric Classic, presented by Venture, Georgia's only PGA Tour Champions event, returns to Metro Atlanta April 25th through the 27th. Pick your favorite hole to watch along the ropes or find public seating throughout the course. Enjoy scenic views, specialty cocktails, and fun for the whole family. Children 15 and under receive complimentary tickets with purchase by an adult. Join the excitement at TPC Sugarloaf in Duluth, Georgia from April 25th through the 27th. Tickets are available at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com/tickets.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Yeah, we know life is unpredictable, but protecting your family's future doesn't have to be. How about the health insurance doctor's named Steven? He can make life insurance simple and affordable plans designed to fit your budget and your needs. Term life, whole life, universal life, final expense coverage. The health insurance doctor customizing the perfect plan for you and your loved ones for the unexpected. Don't wait for it. Steven, the health insurance doctor. Here's the number, 678-523-0759. Or visit him on the web, protecting what matters most, healthinsurancedoctor.net.
At Nelson Elder Care Law, we understand that family is everything. That's why we prioritize your family's future with personalized asset protection solutions. Call us today to schedule your legacy planning meeting and discover how our team can tailor our services to meet your family's unique needs, ensuring a secure and worry-free future. NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
Tax refund season is here. Why not invest in your home? For over 25 years, homeowners have trusted Southern Exteriors with over 200,000 projects completed across 6 states. From windows and doors to roofing, siding, and gutters, we get the job done right the first time. Maximize your refund with 0% financing for 12 months or 10% off any project. Boost your curb appeal or tackle those much-needed repairs today. Get your free estimate now at southernexteriors.co.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Organizations like Georgia Tech.
Hi, this is Jay Batt, Director of Athletics here at Georgia Tech. The Georgia Institute of Technology in itself is an incredible place. We've got this tremendous history of success. We've got incredible corporations that invest in college football. And for us, that's part of our winning formula. We've got incredible alignment on our campus. We've got incredible alignment from our president to our head coaches to our donors. We continue to invest in the fan experience here in Bobby Dodd. Everything from what happens in game, from the music to the in-game promotions, it's really an important part of what we do. And we really have tried to expand that game day experience thanks to our partnerships. I think our fans will see continued investment in that game day experience, so we're really excited to continue investing.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
It's the NRA Annual Meetings and Exhibits at the World Congress Center, April 25th to 27th. 14 acres of guns and gear. A freedom-filled weekend with activities for the entire family. Tickets just $10. NRA members get in free. Visit NRAtickets.com.
Oh boy, was this controversial for a little while in American music. Frank and Nancy together.
I know I stand in line until you think you have the time to spend an evening with me.
Frank and Nancy Sinatra.
And if we go someplace to dance, I know that there's a chance you won't be leaving with
They
me.
started a 4-week run at #1 with Something Stupid. The only father-daughter act ever to score a #1 single. UB40 singer Al... Hold on a second to get my thing there. UB40 singer Allie Campbell covered the song in 1995 with his daughter Kibby. Robbie Williams had a 2001 British #1 with his version featuring Nicole Kidman. But it was Frank and Nancy Sinatra, and when that came out, there were actually a lot of people... Well, a lot by a lot. I mean, it was very controversial, saying, talking about love songs with a father-daughter. And it was, to me, I thought it was a beautiful song. I listen to it today. If I hear it, I'll listen to it. I think it was sweet and cute and nice singing. And it was Frank Sinatra for crying out loud. And by the way, Squeaky was real nice when I spent the afternoon with her that time. Well, it's a long story. I call her Squeaky because she squeaked when I used to hug her. Nancy Sinatra and Carol Burnett and Jim Neighbors that day. But let's not talk about me. Our birthday list today, and you went along with that too well, fellas. Our birthday list today. So I was hoping you'd say, "No, tell the story. Tell the story." No, we have told the story.
No bingo card today.
Nice
we already did it one.
Yeah, we already had one. That's why I don't get 2 stories a day. Let's see. Chris Stapleton, the country superstar singer, is 47 years old today. Chris Stapleton. And on this day, hold on a second. On this day in history, 1955, Ray Kroc opens his first McDonald's franchise in Des Plaines, Illinois. His first day sales in 1955 totaled the first day, all totaled $366.12. It was his 9th restaurant in the chain he started in 1940. The chain was started by brothers Dick McDonald and Maurice Mack McDonald in San Bernardino, California. Ray Kroc met the brothers while trying to sell them multi-mixers. Ice cream, what do you call milkshake machines. After seeing their operation, he said, I should open one of my own stores like this, and he eventually bought them out and built the McDonald's chain into what it is now and decided to use their name. The McDonald's brothers actually introduced the Speedy Service System in 1948. The original McDonald's mascot was a chef hat on top of a hamburger called Speedy. Speedy was replaced in 1962 by the Golden Arches. I've seen the original Golden Arches many times. The clown Ronald McDonald was introduced in 1965, but it all started on this day in 1955 with Ray Kroc. 4:51, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 4 o'clock hour, brought to you by our friends at Atlanta Safe House. You need a safe, silly, and they've got them all. Tell them Kenner sent you. Showroom in Ackworth and on the web at atlantasafehouse.com. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. If you just join. Oh, by the way, tell the little people, Pete, about the video of the San Diego Zoo.
Oh, first of all, it's the best zoo ever. It's a great zoo.
I went to the San Diego Zoo, I guess probably around 1970-ish, 68, 9, before I went overseas.
Gosh, it's so much more now.
Oh, it was wonderful back then. It was the zoo in America was the San Diego Zoo. Anyway, so tell them what happened recently.
Well, basically, you had that huge earthquake, which is located about two hours northeast of San Diego, up in the mountains around Julian. And that's another story. Yeah. Julian, it's a great little town. But anyway, it was a 6.7. They went from like 4 to 5 to 6, which is massive. 6.7. Yeah. But in San Diego Zoo, they had the video on the elephants, and they have an open compound with some bushes and everything. And all of a sudden, the elephants start looking around and moving around, and all kind of heading toward the middle of the dirt compound, and then you see the camera shaking. So they started moving before the ground really started shaking, and they formed a circle facing outwards with the young ones in the middle to protect them.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
It's videos available. You can see the video. It's really pretty cool. And again, animals know when there's a tsunami coming, things like that. Remember the stories? So if you see animals flee in the jungle for higher ground, chances are
you're in trouble.
Really good reason for it.
If you ever find yourself out there in the mountains northeast of San Diego, it's a little town called Julian. First time I went there was like 1983, and I'm looking around and I'm going, this looks just like Dahlonega.
Really?
And we were talking to some people and they said, well, come read this. And there was a sign there. North Georgia Confederates left after the war, moved west, and founded this town, Julian, in the California mountains.
No
and
kidding.
It looks like you're in North Georgia.
Holy mackerel. What do you suppose is the connection between the Confederates and North Georgia building? Oh, that's cool.
They just left. They left North Georgia because they lost the war, and there was a lot of famine. There wasn't a lot to eat and everything. So they moved west, and they loved those mountains, and it's beautiful up there in those mountains. And they said, we'll just form our own little Dahlonega here. And it looks just like Dahlonega. At least it did back in the 80s.
You know what?
First place I ever had a sarsaparilla was in the
sarsaparilla. Was there an R in there? Did you know that? Sarsaparilla.
Yeah, sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparillas, I think is how it's spelled. It's root beer. But it's
got an old-timey Western saloon in there. It's pretty cool.
Isn't it amazing when you think about the state of California? The guy, I was only there when I was in the Marines, but I'd spent enough time up and down. I used to ride my Harley up and down the coast road, and I was up in Mount Tamalpais and the redwoods and the sequoias. I mean, it's just when you think about California and the ocean and the harbors and just the whole. It's a whole country. It's like it's its own continent. I mean, deserts and it has everything.
There's Yosemite.
It has everything, and it's the worst run state by the worst governor, destroying what's. Oh, in fact, tell them the story. Well,
there's a new story about it. 2.8.
It's the 8th largest economy in the world, by the way. Go ahead, Flounder.
Flounder, in fact, tell the little people a story.
I don't have it in front of me. You've got it, but apparently he's now asking for $2.8 billion because of what he did with health insurance and illegals.
Here's the price they're going to have to pay. The Governor Newsom now has signed a bailout bill for almost $3 billion to bail out the Medicaid program. He's mismanaged this so badly because of their expansion last year to include all the illegal immigrants. Who didn't know this was going to happen? He said, come on in, everybody's welcome. And then, you're going to get all medical. Oh, well, we didn't think about that, I guess. What an idiot. They asked him last month for $3.4 billion to cover $6 billion in costs outstanding to Medi-Cal. It takes federal and state taxpayer dollars. The funds will keep them going through June because there are 15 Californians, including people who are not citizens. And he's got to take care of them all. So he says, we're going to go, we need another $3 billion. They projected the expansion would cost $6 billion for this fiscal year, and the costs have already way gone past that. He puts the cost of covering illegal immigrants now at $8 billion this year and almost $8 billion next year.
And how much of that is taxpayer dollars?
All of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Every nickel. The House Republicans, who are only a few of them in California, tried to cut $880 billion from Medicaid to rein in this. What did they expect? I mean, you can't just say everybody ollie in free and then we'll take care of you and then say, how are we going to pay for this? You freaking numbskulls.
And they'll keep voting Democrat.
God,
I guarantee.
How could you even want to live there? What they're doing to that state? Anyway.
What gets me? It's a secret ballot. Tell all your friends and coworkers and neighbors, hell yeah, I'm for that Newsom, and then get in there and vote the sumbitch out. They will never know that you did that.
Lie and pretend to your neighbors. Who cares? Just do the right thing. You live there. After what the wildfire fires and what happened, I mean, one thing after another, and how they handle this stuff.
I have a friend that lives there, and she's been complaining about the cops and the way things went on with the riots and everything for the last few years. And then she's in a group now that's to resist Trump. And I'm going, how much more crap do you have to put up with before you realize that he's right and your guys are wrong?
They must want it to continue. I mean, seriously, there's no possible explanation for that.
They've been indoctrinated since they were kids that Democrats were the way to go.
Stand up. I mean, seriously, your future. We're talking about our country here.
They're afraid of being called a Republican or conservative.
Oh, mercy. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Flounder's Funnies. There we go.
This is my favorite New York joke. Nobody's more proud of their city than us. That's what I thought my whole life, and then I went to Chicago. Now, Chicago is a very wild place. They're proud of they really should not be proud of. They're proud of the tragedies that have happened in their city. They named their soccer team the Chicago Fire. New Yorkers, we love New York. We're not naming a football team the New York 9/11s? We call them the Jets. Guys. We don't name it after, we name it before, okay? Take that, Chicago. It's called confidence or knowledge of an inside job. But I don't want to get too political.
Mr. Andrew Schultz right there.
Andrew who?
Andrew Schultz.
Andrew Schultz. Outstanding. Oh, my goodness gracious. Holy crap of sports is coming up. This is Jackie Robinson Day. His number 42 permanently retired throughout all Major League. The last one to wear it was Mariano Rivera. In 2013, he retired the same year that Chadwick Boseman played Jackie in the movie 42, Jackie Robinson Day. 4:59, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. Coming up, we'll have the latest on all the judge fare coming up, including Pam Bondi talking about the gang member from MS-13. Also, you'll hear that wonderful Caroline Levitt saying, we're not bringing that guy back. Forget it. Kiss my foot. It's all coming up. Almost 5 o'clock. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And the brave story. The announcer in the stands and the chicks are going nuts. That's coming up next at 106.3. How's your 5 o'clock work doing? Look out.
is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
Standing by their immigration plan, I'm Tom Graham, Fox News. The Trump administration is responding to criticism over the deportation efforts they're making, including the mistaken removal of an immigrant living in Maryland who was sent to El Salvador for paperwork error. White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt insisting they're staying the course on deportations.
President Trump and our administration will not rest until every single violent, illegal alien is removed from our country. The safety of the American people is too important to settle for anything less.
Speaking to reporters at the White House, a federal judge has temporarily blocked deportations of immigrants in Colorado under the Trump administration's use of an 18th century law known as the Alien Enemies Act. The ACLU made the request on behalf of 2 Venezuelan men being held in Denver. Negotiations continue with trading partners around the globe after President Trump paused his tariff plan for more than 75 nations. Fox's Edward Lawrence is at the White House.
The White House line is the first country in to make the deal. We'll get the best deal on tariffs. And there's been a slew of countries that have come to the table with this. For example, that Argentinian delegation was here in Washington at the end of last week negotiating. And today, the Treasury Secretary is in Argentina meeting the president. And he says that it's their choice in Argentina if they want to be the first. So today in the U.S., the U.S. Trade Representative talking with Jordan. Tomorrow, Japan comes back here to Washington, D.C. Now, he spoke to delegates from South Korea, Israel, Vietnam, and the European Union. The big question, who's going to be first? Now, in my exclusive interview with the top European Union negotiator, we can say that the EU will not be first.
China remains the exception, with a trade war escalating between Washington and Beijing. Police in Texas responding to a shooting at a Dallas high school. Students could be seen leaving the campus this afternoon at Wilmore Hutchins School. Sources telling Fox 4, 17-year-old student was shot in the leg. No word on a suspect or a motive. America is listening to Fox News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 866-89-BIBLE. That's 866-89-BIBLE. 866-89-BIBLE.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg. Ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Stand by. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder. And this is hysterical. I mentioned it earlier. The Democratic senator from the state of Maryland, United States senator, is going to go to El Salvador to check on that MS-13 gangbanger to make sure he's okay. Oh, my God.
They care more about illegals than they do Americans.
I mean, I can't believe it. And he's so proud. He says, I'll stand up for every Marylander. He's not a Marylander. He's a gangbanger. He's the head of MS-13. And the news media calls him a Maryland dad. He's not a Maryland dad. He's an illegal alien, sneaked in, got caught, a criminal, and he's a gangbang leader. Oh, my Lord. So, I mean, it's just freaking hysterical. All right, well, that's among the judge fair. Lawfare, judge fair stories that are going on today. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here's number 404-741-1230 if you'd like to join us. 404-741-1230. Oh, and I just got a message from Dr. Dina. And, this is so sweet. Now, again, Dr. Dina Gieser, Atlanta Smiles, I'm going there on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. I'm going there Thursday morning to get a little thing going on there. And she just texted me, and it said her son, John, is playing first base for Georgia Tech tonight, number 21. They call him Goose. So Dr. Dina says that she's Mother Goose, which is so cute. And I wrote back, that's outstanding. And then, my condolences. I'm so sad to hear about this. I hope she's going to be all right. Her mama just passed away, and he's going to hit a home run for Grandma. And God bless her. So I'm so sorry. I guess I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. But anyway, well, number 21. I hope you have a great time tonight with Georgia Tech, and a little baseball thing coming up here shortly. And again, I'll be seeing Dr. Dean and the gang on Thursday morning. Now, check this out. Somebody a meme or tweet or something came out here from a guy named Peachy. We just talked about the judges and lawfare and stuff. Peachy tweeted this. The Democrats' top 4 heroes in America right now are, 1, a murderer named Luigi, a gun, a murderer named Carmelo, the butcher knife kid, an MS-13 illegal gang member, and a Palestinian Hamas Jew-hating supporter. Those are the top 4 Democrats. And now we have a United States Senator from Maryland going to protect the Maryland resident by going to El Salvador to see if the gangbanger is okay and being treated properly. Good Lord.
Even the president of El Salvador says they talk about human rights. What about the human rights of a mother not to be raped and murdered? How about the human rights of kids that can play in a park safely? Instead, all they care about is the human rights of killers.
I mean, I don't even understand it. How could you possibly think that's a noble cause? He's bragging about how he's standing up for people of Maryland by going to check on a gangbanger?
He's not from Maryland. He's an illegal alien.
God, he must have had a meeting with his staff, and they said, hey, I got an idea. Why don't I, oh my God, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to be for the Marylanders by going to El Salvador to the prison himself and get video coverage of me. Oh my goodness. Anyway,
let them keep doing it.
Yeah.
If they keep doing the woke stuff and keep siding with the rapists and the murderers and the drug dealers and the cartels, let them keep doing it.
Yeah, and it's amazing because even more and more, not only Bill Maher, but the guy married to the conservative girl, the Marine with a funny face and stuff. Oh, we got a phone call? Hold on a minute.
Yes, Miss Every Friday Susan is calling us on Tuesday.
Outstanding. Every Friday on Tuesday, ready day, Susan. Welcome aboard. How you doing? What's going on?
Hello, gentlemen. So the irony of what you're talking about right now is just enraging me. So he's a United States senator from Maryland.
Yeah.
You know what state Rachel Marin was from?
Yeah. Don't.
And she's the mother of 5 that was raped by, I don't know if he was from Venezuela, but an illegal.
Yeah.
A mother of 5. Her trial for his trial for her murder, I think, just concluded just in the last day or two.
Absolutely. Yeah, it did yesterday. As I recall yesterday,
and now you have a Maryland senator going over to El Salvador to advocate for an illegal criminal gangster.
Yeah.
And then to tie it all together, the ACLU are the ones that brought the lawsuit against the Trump organization to get him back.
Yeah.
The American Civil Liberties Union, American. Not El Salvadorian, the American.
Yeah.
Tie that all in a knot together.
And Susan, and in case I'm not sure where you're aware of this too, another judge has blocked Donald Trump from trying to revoke the legal status of those 500,000 people that Biden flew in secretly with that stupid little app program of his. Remember, when he was there, it was called the CHNV Mass Humanitarian Parole Program, whereby every migrant who wanted to come here, if they said they had somebody to sponsor them, they got in free. We're flown overnight. 500,000 migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela flew into the United States under the cover of darkness. And now the judge today, and so Donald Trump says, wait a minute, they're not citizens. It was all fake. He just let them in. It was all fraud. There were gangsters coming in. It was just a complete joke. And the judge said, no, wait a minute. You can't take away their legal status. Every one of those 500,000 people has to have an individual case-by-case legal review. This is what the Democrats are doing to try to block everything. Every 500,000, every single one's case.
Yeah, it's like 532,000. What Trump needs to do with that specific case is the appeal needs to be solely based on Biden did that with an executive order. And so none of those 535,000 illegals got individual interviews to come in. They were all flown in masse.
Yeah.
So all he has to do, he's not enacting a new executive order. He's just doing an executive order, meaning Trump, to reverse an executive order. There shouldn't be any legal challenge at all.
I know. The Supreme Court has got to put a stop to this. So wait a minute, people. This is just wrong. Oh, mercy.
Yes.
Anyway, well,
have a great day, gentlemen.
I'm so glad you called. Thank you. Every Friday or any other day, as far as I'm concerned, Susan. And bestie or bestie. 510 Kimmer Pete Flounder. Okay, Holy Crap at Sports is coming up. Now, Pete, are you going to talk about this in Holy Crap at Sports, of the guy in the stands? Or should I do it here?
Stands?
The reporter going into the stands.
Yes,
Wiley Ballard.
I will be talking about
it. I want to use the soundbite and do the whole thing because it's a little long. But
I don't want to use it. It's too long of a soundbite. You want to do the soundbite now?
Well, I could. I don't want to spoil your story on it, but it's a hell of a soundbite where they were having.
It's too long of a soundbite for me to use during sports.
All right. What do you care? Shall I play it now before?
No, go ahead, play it now.
Well, this is really cool. Again, it happened at the Braves game. It was an 8-0 game, and so the announcers in the studio said, "Hey, let's have our Wiley Ballard, our reporter, go to the stands and have some fun with girls." And he got blasted for it. And Pete and Davis knew this was coming. Flounder, if you will, the soundbite of Wiley in the stands talking to girls in the stands of the Braves game.
We're having a lot of fun up here up the Corona rooftop. Who do we got here? What's your name?
My name's Lauren.
Lawrence, all right.
And I'm Kayla.
Kayla, and you guys hang out at the rooftop lounge often?
Once a year I come out to visit.
Okay, well, we timed it pretty well. All right, good. How are you guys feeling about rooting for the Braves today?
Oof, I don't know. I'm hoping for the best.
What about you? Are you a Braves fan now?
Not quite.
Not quite. All right, I'm gonna go to work up here, guys. Good luck the rest of the way.
Now check
this. Wiley. You got 4 innings to get the numbers.
Come on it.
You get their full
more
number.
Braves fans.
All right, so they want me to get your number.
They want you to get my
I'm dead serious. They're saying in my ear right now. She didn't believe me because she thinks you guys are not. I'm making this up. Even if you guys weren't, I might use that in the future. That's actually a pretty good move.
This is unbelievable.
So the best part of this right now is that Wiley could totally be faking it. This might be the new move. Just walk around with a FanDuel microphone and an earpiece in and convince fans that they're actually on TV.
I should have thought of this years ago.
I am speechless.
I got the number. We're good.
Yeah, it apparently worked. And I know Pete Davis was thinking one thing that came true. We'll talk about that later on coming up at Holy Crap at Sports, which will be here in just a moment, by the way. Also, more on Melinda Gates and why she left Bill. And by the way, they're both now in love with somebody else, so I guess that turned out fine. And all you can hear, Caroline Levitt, man, she puts it all in place. And that's coming up after Holy Crap at Sports next. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 5:13. How's your Tuesday? Look out.
XTRA 106.3 app is your live connection to the station, streaming free across Georgia. But it's also loaded with all our original shows and podcasts. Listen to exclusive shows from Janelle King, Ben Burnett, and so many more. Grab the XTRA 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
My friends at Dobbs Heating and Air will. As a new homeowner myself, I prefer working with local, family-owned companies who value what matters to me and treats my home like it's their own. The Dobbs family have a passion for what they do, and taking care of people is their primary goal. So if your home needs help staying warm right now, call Dobbs Heating and Air and experience the Dobbs difference. And check them out online at DobbsHVAC.com.
If you're thinking about a new Cadillac, don't wait. Now's the time. Head to Jim Ellis Cadillac
Cadillac, where the price is right now. Lock in your lowest price today before prices start to rise due to new tariffs.
Right now, Jim Ellis Cadillac has more than 170 vehicles in stock, on the ground and ready to take home today.
From the iconic Escalade and the sophisticated XT5 to the innovative electric Lyric and the high-performance CT5, Jim Ellis Cadillac offers the models you know and love, along with the latest in luxury EVs.
And if you're shopping pre-owned, you'll find a great selection of certified vehicles too, thoroughly inspected and ready to roll.
But don't wait too long. Get yours today before prices go up and vehicle selection goes down. No pressure, no games, just a transparent, customer-first experience that makes buying easy. And after the sale, Jim Ellis Cadillac is still with you thanks to factory-trained technicians who will keep your Cadillac running strong.
Luxury is waiting, but with prices set to change, now's the time to buy. Visit Jim Ellis Cadillac, conveniently located on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter.
Jim Ellis Cadillac, where you can always expect the best.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. This week's guest is Chief Buster Cushing, Chief of Police for Cherokee County Schools. Tune in on Saturdays or catch up on all past episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at thepodcastpark.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to firstlibertyga.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
By the end of this program, another family farm will close its doors for good in the U.S. With each one that shuts down, we lose a piece of what makes our country truly special, and we need to change that. It's time to put American farms first. For generations, American farmers have been waking up early every day, working late in the fields to put quality, nutritious food on your table. And it's vital that we support them. And shopping at Good Ranchers is a great way to do that. Good Ranchers delivers high-quality, American-raised meat right to your door, straight from the ranch. Right now, you can get free bacon, ground beef, seed oil-free chicken nuggets, or salmon for a year, and $40 off with the code GLENN. GoodRanchers.com. You can also check out my exclusive box. To shop my box, just try the hand-picked selections and support the show. Go to GoodRanchers.com/Glenn today. GoodRanchers.com/Glenn. Shop, subscribe, and get choice protein for a year while you stand with American ranchers. Good Ranchers, American meat delivered.
There were race riots on this day in 1968. Chicago Mayor Richard Daley said, for police, shoot to kill the arsonists, but if they're just looting, just shoot to maim them. Now, sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Infield comes in. I don't know that I don't want to do that with Riley at the plate. And Riley jolts one high in the air, deep to left field. That's a long gone daddy. A 3-run homer. And it's 8-0 Braves as Austin Riley is on a rampage. Down in that dugout, they got to be thinking we left Lucas in one pitch too long. My goodness.
Ben Ingram on 680 The Fan with the great call there. You gotta love it. Braves spanked the Blue Jays in Toronto last night, 8-4. Sean Murphy got the ball rolling, a 2-out, 2-run homer in the first. Then later, Austin Riley, the Mississippi Masher, added 2 homers and 5 ribbies in the blowout. Grant Holmes had a perfect game into the 6th inning and pitched into the 8th, the longest start of his career. Holmes improving to 1-1, going 7 2/3 innings, gave up 2 hits and 3 runs, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Aaron Bummer did not look good in mop-up duty. I don't know what's going on with him. Easton Lucas, the loss for the BJs. Ozzie Albies, the other Atlanta RBI. Same 2 teams tonight. The 1-0 Spencer Schwellenbach with his 0.49 ERA against the 1-1 Kevin Gausman, former Braves right-hander. Sean Murphy will DH. Drake Baldwin catching tonight. Marcell Ozuna day-to-day after an MRI discovered hip inflammation. I think we've all been there.
Yes, we have.
At least parts of the hip.
By the way, I watched a good part of that game early. That long-haired Prince long-haired pitching guy, his junk was working.
Grant Holmes.
Oh man,
he looks like a better Rick Mailer out there.
Yeah, he did.
That's what he reminds me of.
I thought the same. When you said that, I realized the same thing. Yeah, very impressive. Cool.
Braves field reporter Wiley Ballard went a little viral last night when he was sent to scout out the new party section in right field at the Sky Dome, or whatever they're calling it these days. Egged on by his on-air counterparts, CJ and Brandon, Wiley did what any red-blooded American would do. He chatted up 2 good-looking women and interviewed them on air. I don't know how many times I've interviewed good-looking women. The free spanking sign helps a lot on some of these remotes. Maybe we should break that out tomorrow. The free spanking
Bring your
sign.
free spanking sign. I've been criticized more than once for having a TV camera flirting with girls at an event that I was covering. I can promise you that.
Ain't nothing wrong. No. All good-natured fun. At one point, it was joked he would come back with dual citizenship. But nobody injured, embarrassed, or mocked. But, of course, the liberal real men man-haters have come out of the woodwork to cluck their tongues and wag their fingers at Wiley for being a good broadcaster and entertaining the viewers. Bitter, liberal white women have aligned themselves with curmudgeonly, ugly, fat sports writers to scold Mr. Ballard for daring to do something real and funny on the air. He besmirched the good name of all sports broadcasters everywhere, they claim. Well, let's get this straight, losers. Most of these lib-white women are never asked for their phone number. Most of these sports writers couldn't get a woman's number even if they drove up in a Lamborghini. I hope Wiley Ballard pays them no heed and goes about his young and terrific broadcasting career. He's got a lot to go, and it's all going to be up from here.
Now, when you saw that, now I didn't see it when it happened. I was off and on, but when you saw it, you tell me you knew.
I knew he was going to catch hell. It was entertaining. We were all having a good time, and I'm thinking, boy, the libs are going to go nuts. The female sports writers who live for, if this is on the shoe on the other foot. If the shoe was on the foot, we'd still be laughing about it. It would have been funny.
Great moment. It was baseball, and the people in the stands. How could anybody not be in love?
Everybody
with
loves
happiness?
A ballsy chick reporter hitting on guys. It's funny.
Yeah. Unreal.
Mets outfitter Jose Siri is headed to the injured list with a broken left leg. He fouled a pitch off of it Saturday against the A's, had to be carted off the field, fractured tibia from fouling a ball.
Oh, that's the front one. That's got to hurt. I think that's the front one.
Well, it doesn't matter. Either one of them's going to hurt.
Lord.
Jeez. Dodgers legend Manny Mota is alert, resting, responding at a Los Angeles hospital after suffering a stroke last night. The 87-year-old Mota spent the past 56 years with the Dodgers as a player, coach, broadcaster, and liaison. He came up with the San Francisco Giants. Mota hit .304 for his career, named to the 73 All-Star Game. His 150 pinch hit stood as the Major League record for 2 decades until Lenny Harris broke it in 1999.
I'll be darned. I remember Manny Mota.
Great pinch hitter. Really was. College football news. The Green Wave have pulled out of the Nico I'm going to leave now sweepstakes. No Tulane for that
Tulane,
quitter.
I know.
The rumor is he went. He's getting like 2.5 at Tennessee. He may be lucky to get $1 million now that he's done all this.
Well, brother.
Quitter. Let's see. Former NFL tight end Don Hasselbeck, an NFL tight end and the father of 2 NFL quarterbacks, died yesterday at 70. Matt Hasselbeck said his father died after going into cardiac arrest at home. Don, drafted by the Patriots out of Colorado back in '77, later won a Super Bowl with the L.A. Raiders. He blocked an extra point in that big win over the Redskins. Don was the dad of Matt and Tim Hasselbeck.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace. That's a shame.
The Hawks are in Orlando for a play-in game against the Magic. Atlanta finished 8th in the Eastern Conference. The Magic 9th. I'm sure you'll be glued to your television
well,
tonight.
I'll be
to
all
see
over that tonight, sure.
It's very important. Today in sports history, April 15th, as you've mentioned, 1947, Jackie Robinson made his Major League debut for the Brooklyn Dodgers against the Boston Braves. Robinson was hitless, but scored the deciding run in a 5-3 win at Ebbets Field.
Excellent.
And by the more you think about it, what a mistake that was to tear down Ebbets Field.
You know, yeah, I have to agree. I totally have to agree.
I don't know what they could have used it for, minor league or stuff like that.
It was Ebbets Field. I mean, there aren't any. It's Ebbets Field.
Yeah. It would have been like the Wrigley of Brooklyn.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they just screwed it up. What you got, Flounder?
Actually, I was going to say, they mentioned it last night. The Blue Jays Stadium is the 6th oldest stadium in baseball.
In that weird Sky Dome?
In 89.
And they've renovated.
Lord.
They've done a bunch of renovations, so it's
wow
been kept up. But I thought that was crazy that it's the 6th oldest ballpark.
One of the innovations was to get the cheaters out of that hotel room. Flashing Cito Gaston and his team back in 92 all the signals.
Bring your niece to the ball game night up in the suites up there overlooking the ballpark, I guess.
1954, Hank Aaron collects the first hit of his Major League career, 2 for 5 to help the Milwaukee Braves to a 7-6 win over the Cardinals. Where were the Cardinals at that time?
Where were they? They were in. I don't know. I have no idea back then. St. Louis.
You have no idea.
St. Louis.
Yes, they've always been the St. Louis Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals. Well, that's back when they were in the American League with Stan Musial.
What? You've got a black hole of memory when it comes to the Cardinals. You thought Stan Musial played in the American League his entire career.
Well, he was Stan Musial with the Cardinals in the American League.
I just stumped you about where the Cardinals were.
I know.
Holy cow.
I know.
1972, Reggie Jackson did what for the first time in, I think, 34 years?
Oh, well, that would be
the Athletics beat the Twins in 11 innings. He's the first major leaguer to do what since Frenchie Bordegaray in 1936.
Hit 4 homers in a game?
Nope.
Hit 3 homers in a game?
Nope. Willie Mays had done that back in the 50s.
Yeah.
50s
well, I remember a couple of special things about Reggie Jackson, but I'm not filling in on this one. I don't know. I can't remember.
Reggie Jackson sported a mustache.
Oh.
The first major leaguer with facial hair.
What?
Since Frenchie in 1936. So what's that?
It must have been he was with Oakland. Is that what you said? Must have been with Oakland.
With the Oakland A's.
Back when they were Raleigh
Finley.
Fingers doing the handlebar and all that
Sal
stuff.
Bando with the sideburns.
Yeah, they really went nuts. Yeah. Oh wow, cool. He was the first one. I had no idea.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that's a bar bet right there. First major leaguer in the modern era to wear a mustache and uniform, Reggie Jackson with the Oakland A's in 1972.
Yeah, 36 years or something between, or something like that.
Yeah,
My
wow.
math fails me at this point. And they're sports.
Well, Pete Davis, that's fantastic. And by the way, tomorrow we will be doing our show at Stovall and Family Company, wholesale nurseries and landscaping supplies.
Oh, in fact, I've been instructed to bring back a tree.
Bring back a tree? Excellent. I'll bet they've got one exactly what you're looking for. Bushes,
listener
shrubs.
Belinda says that I can't come back without a tree. So.
Well, they've got trees, they've got boulders and rocks and stuff, and we're doing the show there tomorrow, 3 to 6. There's a free contractor's lunch starting at 11:30. We'll be there doing a show tomorrow. Landscape Company, Stovall, the whole family business will be up there. And again, they're on Union Hill Road in Canton. Show tomorrow.
.063 is Atlanta's home for NASCAR, and we have live races every weekend from across the country. Check out XTRA106.3.com for the full schedule and join us this weekend for live NASCAR action.
You know, every time I drive along, you know, just even going to work and back, and I see people trying to cut them off. I don't know what's going on out there. People are trying to zigzag into lanes and stuff, and I keep thinking to myself, thank goodness I have David Van Sant's phone number, because if something happens, I'm not going to do any arguing. I'll make sure everything's okay, which everybody should do. And before you sign anything, get a hold of David Van Sant at Van Sant Law. The reasons are simple. One, he's in it for you, and he represents you, and he used to work for the insurance companies. So when they see his number popping up, they go, oh, come on, you take it. I'm not going to take it. Because insurance companies don't want to pay more than they have to. And according to their charts and their little tables and stuff, they say, well, this should cost this much. Well, not all cars are the same. Not all policies are the same. And instead of getting in an argument, have David do it. He's a lawyer. He used to work for the companies. He knows all the ins and outs and what to say. And again, thank goodness for insurance companies. But, you know, they have these charts, and well, so does David. And so he makes them tend to pay more than they want to, because he's in it for you. If you don't get paid, he doesn't get paid. Van Sant Law. It's complicated. Let David figure it out for you. Here's a phone number. Stick this in your phone. 85, of course, 855-GA-INJURY. Online, vansantlaw.com.
You need a pre-owned car or truck, but you don't need the headache of searching for one. Spending hours calling dealerships, then spending half the day filling out paperwork.
Come on.
You need the Honest Car Guy.
Hey, this is Tom from the Honest Car Guy. We help you buy your next pre-owned car or truck honestly. We guarantee each vehicle we sell will come with a copy of the bill of sale, showing what we paid for it. You pay what we pay, plus a disclosed fee. Guaranteed.
Get an Honest Car Buy from the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your system running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. So turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts for your system's maintenance. With Central, you get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. It's allergy season, and Central Heating and Air can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation, locally owned and operated HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. Did you know now is the perfect time to set up your mowing game with your Exmark mower? Exmark's zero-turn mowers are durable, efficient, and reliable every time, helping you mow faster and better so you can spend less time working and more time enjoying your lawn. Don't just mow like a pro with Exmark cutting this season. Head over to Howard Brothers now. Their friendly folks are ready to serve and find the right Exmark mowers for all of your needs. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes. After that transformation, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
It's the NRA Annual Meetings and Exhibits at the World Congress Center, April 25th to 27th. 14 acres of guns and gear from the most popular brands, political speakers, self-defense and firearm training seminars, a Saturday night concert featuring Big and Rich, NRA Youth Day, and much more. It's a freedom-filled weekend with something for everyone. Tickets just $10. NRA members get in free. Visit NRAtickets.com. That's NRAtickets.com. You don't want to miss this.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is XTRA 106.3. We're at XTRA 106.3 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at XTRA 106.3 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working
the Beatles. The Kimmer Beatles, the original Beatles, the good Beatles. 1964, the Beatles filmed some outside video at the Scala Theatre in Tottenham Street, London, for their upcoming movie, A Hard Day's Night. You know, I don't think... I must have seen that movie. I remember, I'm sure I've seen the movie, but I don't remember anything about the movie. Maybe I didn't see
I watched it for the first time on a trip to London 2 years ago, and I watched it on the Delta flight over there.
Really? I mean, for the first time 2 years ago, 1964?
First time I'd ever seen it from start to finish, and it's a cute little movie.
Yeah.
It really is. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
I don't.
And at one point, Paul is just a complete jerk.
Really?
I thought, yeah.
Yeah. Well, now they said some of the, I remember we did a story some time ago about some of the background video and footage of, I think, a photographer who passed away not long ago, and he had a book and a biography of the Beatles stuff, and there were a lot of times when they were at each other's throats and were acting like jerks, and I mean, there was a lot of kind of behind the scenes. It was a group of the Beatles. I mean, so that was
it kind of bothered. They were on a train, and Paul was making fun of a slightly older guy. And he's just constantly just badgering the guy. And I'm thinking, this is a generation that saved you from the Nazis.
Yeah.
Shut the blank up, you know?
Yeah. Wow, cool. Well, Hard Day's Night in the Beatles. A birthday list include Google list for some fun. Maisie Williams. Maisie Williams has played Arya Stark on Game of Thrones. She pretended to be a boy for the first several seasons and everything, and she had the needle sword they made for her and stuff. Maisie Williams is a little hottie. She's 28 years old and something of a leggy dish when she goes around in these little mini skirts now. She's 28 years old, Maisie Williams, anyway, for the record. And on this day in history, in 1959, 4 months after leading a revolution in Cuba, Fidel Castro visits the United States. He was invited by the American something or other group of politicians and editors or something. Politicians were wary of him, but reporters loved him. Days of fighting guerrillas, wars in Cuba, fatigues, combat boots, bushy beard, accepted an invitation from the American Society of Newspaper Editors. And Dwight Eisenhower was president again. This is 1959. And Dwight Eisenhower was president of the United States, and he had no intention at all of meeting with Castro, so he went golfing. Castro got a meeting with these people at the Council on Foreign Affairs. He didn't like some of the questions they were asking, so he got ticked off and stormed out of the meeting. He met with Richard Nixon privately, hoping that would push Castro in the right direction. Afterward, Nixon said Castro was either incredibly naive about communism or under communist discipline. My guess is he's pretty naive about it. Eisenhower later ordered the CIA to start arming and training a group of Cuban exiles to attack Cuba and the disastrous Bay of Pigs. It was carried out during the Kennedy administration, and the Cold War will last for more than 50 years with Cuba. And again, we should have just taken it over. Hell, back when the gangsters ran everything in Cuba and all the nightclubs and stuff, it was a place to go. 90 miles from Miami. I mean, who wouldn't want to go spend time there? Great beaches, and it had everything to offer, except, if they were just cooperate, we could have made them rich. They could have been the greatest little, like Bahamas or Bermuda, or, unbelievable.
Kimmer.
Yeah.
They could have been bigger than U.S.
Michael? He's been dying of the same heart attack for 20 years. Anyway.
Small piece of cake.
Smaller piece. Oh, where is he? 537, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. All right, here we go. Now, again, the Judge Fair stuff is getting really freaking out of hand. We're going to play the Caroline soundbite here in a second, Flounder. A judge now has allowed the Department of Justice to go ahead and drop the charges of gun charges against the now Salvadorian accused of being the leader of MS-13. This is they arrested this guy's last name is Santos, not to be confused with a guy named Garcia. El Salvadorian guys it gets a little confusing. He was charged with having an illegal firearm. The government said once his case is dismissed, we're going to send him packing. He'll be summarily deported. And again, his counsel call him just a Maryland resident, just like Garcia, erroneously deported to El Salvador. That case is coming up in a second. But Pam Bondi The Attorney General says he's getting out of here. We're dropping those charges, and he's going to be gone. We have the authority to drop the case. The government now intends to pursue the deportation in lieu of persecution and prosecution, period. Now, Caroline Leavitt is talking about the other case of the El Salvadorian, the guy Garcia, who they claim was wrongly sent to El Salvador, and there's the United States Senator from Maryland's going over to make sure he's okay. In the meantime, here's what Caroline Leavitt, the spokesman for Donald Trump and the president of the administration, says about that case and where he's going to stay right there where the hell he is. Flounder, if you will.
The Democrat and media outrage over the deportation of Abrego Garcia, an MS-13 El Salvadorian illegal alien criminal who is hiding in Maryland, has been nothing short of despicable. Based on the sensationalism of many of the people in this room, you would think we deported a candidate for Father of the Year. That's because, unfortunately, many in this country care more about this quote-unquote Maryland father, a legal alien MS-13 gang member, than a Maryland mother and an American citizen who was brutally murdered at the hands of a different illegal alien. Of course, I am referring to Rachel Morin. And if you didn't see yesterday, a Maryland jury found illegal alien Victor Antonio Martinez Hernandez guilty of murdering Rachel Morin in August of 2023. She was a 37-year-old mother of 5 who was jogging in an otherwise safe community northeast of Baltimore when this monster ambushed, strangled, and beat her to death before stuffing her brutalized body in a tunnel drain. The Morin family finally got justice yesterday, but they will never get Rachel back. Our hearts go out to Rachel's family, her 5 children, and her mother, Patty, who has suffered the unimaginable loss of her daughter.
You know, they want to bring him back. The United States Senator from Maryland is going over to El Salvador to make sure they're taking care of his citizen resident who's not a citizen.
After a Maryland mother and woman was raped and murdered.
He should go there and never come back.
I mean,
I hate for that's a real nice senator you got there, Maryland. Hate to have something bad happen to him.
I mean, I'm appalled. I'm really shocked about that and bragging about it. I'm defending all of our Maryland.
It's been trending on Twitter all day because he's been talking about it multiple times.
And
Not
they're
just
so
once.
proud of wanting to get these gangsters back.
God, what's El Salvador? We're just taking. Yeah. We got the guy right here. Bring him out. Bring him out. Kablam!
Yeah. Oh, mercy. Oh, the Democrat. And by the way, now Letitia James from New York, the Attorney General, has been nothing but going after Donald Trump, is now going to try to make a case against Donald Trump for insider trading, just like Cory Booker tried to. I mean, they can't stop. It's just unbelievable. How can you have an insider trading case which involves secrets and doing secret stuff when Donald Trump says it out loud, buy. I'm here, sell. I mean, it's hysterical. And this is what they're doing. And they keep voting for these people. Well, that's what they believe in New York State, obviously. They should have run her out on a retard and feathered her a long time ago. Anyway, and this, I love this little story here, by the way. ICE agents were waiting for a guy named Mohsen Madawi, who hails from the West Bank. He's been in America for 10 years. He had a green card, and he was on the way in Vermont to obtain his U.S. citizenship. He was going to get his U.S. citizenship papers and get all this other stuff, and the ICE agents were waiting for him and put him under arrest because he's not just a guy who was going to get his citizenship and been here 10 years. He is a Jew hater. They showed the video escorted with his hands shackled in front of him, surrounded by federal agents. He helped lead the Jew-hating again, the story says lead anti-Israeli protest. He led a Jew-hating protest on Columbia's campus until last spring. And again, these are all Democrats we're talking about. And so he says now, it's kind of a death sentence. My people are being killed unjustly in an indiscriminate way. Here's what kills me. His lawyer, who's a girl, says he came to this country hoping to be free to speak out about the atrocities he has witnessed, only to be punished for such speech.
good.
Wait a minute. That's not the point. The point is he is a guest in this country who said he was going to behave in certain ways when he agreed to sign the papers to become a United States citizen and go on the process to become a citizen of this country. That does not include calling for the murder of people because of their religion on American soil and
Genocide.
genocide and interrupting the student classroom work because of their religion. We don't put up with that. That's why we left England. We wanted to have our own freedom rights and freedom of religion and freedom from things.
Yeah.
I mean, and so how could they possibly think that this would be the thing he came here for? To spew the kind of hate that was used against him? In reverse? I mean, screw you.
Well, that's the plan. They use our rights and freedoms against us.
Well, here we go again.
And you got the stupid liberal left letting him get away with it.
And then it's not, that was Columbia University. By the way, Columbia University kind of kowtowed to what Donald Trump told them. We're going to keep your federal money back if you don't. But Harvard said, screw you. Harvard University told Donald Trump to stick his $2 billion in federal grants. And by the way, they don't need the money. They have more than that. They have way more than that in their endowments.
Why are they getting it anyway?
Yeah, exactly. Well, overseas and, terrorist organizations say they'll take anything. And again, first of all, just the basic story is that Donald Trump said to Harvard, if you don't stop this Jew-hating, anti-Israeli activity on your campus and don't do things, reform your student discipline, dismantle the DEI inclusion-type programs, get your admission screening of international students to prevent them being hostile to the United States, and maybe how about your decisions based on merit rather than race or national origin or color or something like that. So Donald Trump says, if you don't do this, we're going to take away $2 billion in federal grants. A freeze on $2.2 billion in multi-year grants, $60 million in multi-year contracts. A few hours later, he said, we're going to take that away. And Harvard said, go ahead. Harvard said it will not comply with those demands. The statement reinforces a troubling entitlement mindset endemic in our nation's most prestigious universities and colleges, that federal investment does not come with the responsibility to uphold civil rights laws.
Hey, got breaking news here.
All right, breaking news. What do you got?
New Jersey Senator Cory Booker is going to go to El Salvador with other Democrats. Please, all of you go down there and get the photo op. Greg Price says they wouldn't even stand up at President Trump's joint session speech to honor Lake and Riley's family, but they will travel to a different country in order to bring an illegal alien back to the United States, a gang member.
That's right.
That's the Democratic Party right there.
Yeah, please, get the photo op ready. All for the they and them.
And not only that, I think they should bring, man, if I ran a television news operation, one of the first things I'd do would be just that, Pete Davis. I would have the video of those Democrats sitting on their hands when Donald Trump was shaming them compared to all the hoopla and the excitement of them going over to El Salvador to protect the gangbangers and the MS-13 slaughterers. Holy cow.
It's a new they, them.
I mean, this is really astounding, and they're doing more. I mean, this is
doubling
outrageous.
Down. They're doubling down.
Holy cow! You have to wonder whether there is any leadership. Is anybody meeting in the Democrat Party about stuff like this? Has anybody got a comment or opinion? Or, I mean, this is spinning really weird, man. I'm loving it. Going to El Salvador to protect the murderers? Holy cow. All right, 547, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. My good grief. Let's do a game. Let's do a game coming back. What do you think? Should we do that? Let's do a game. Why not?
Let's see if we remember.
If we forget, well, everything by meantime, yeah.
Start your day with Tug and Los on the Morning Extra from 6 to 10. Then it's Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck at noon, and the Kimmer Show on your ride home from 3 to 6. And hang out every night for Jesse Kelly at 6 and Jimmy Fela at 9. And stream it all live in crystal clear HD on the Extra 106.3 app.
The EQE electrifies the essence of Mercedes-Benz values. Leadership in user-friendly technology and earth-friendlier power. Satisfaction for drivers and passengers alike. And the seamless confluence of craftsmanship and innovation that makes the iconic Grille Star shine. Get an exceptional offer on the all-electric 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQE 350 sedan for just $509 per month for 36 months with $66.53 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models during the RBM of Atlanta's spring sales event. Visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through April 30th, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Springtime is here. Looking for a fun weekend with family, friends, and the kids? The Mitsubishi Electric Classic, presented by Venture, Georgia's only PGA Tour Champions event, returns to Metro Atlanta April 25th through the 27th. Pick your favorite hole to watch along the ropes or find public seating throughout the course. Enjoy scenic views, specialty cocktails, and fun for the whole family. Children 15 and under receive complimentary tickets with purchase by an adult. Join the excitement at TPC Sugarloaf in Duluth, Georgia from April 25th through the 27th. Tickets are available at MitsubishiElectricClassic.com/tickets.
Are you tired of dealing with drafty, inefficient windows? Do you have certain rooms in the house that you can't keep cool in the summer or warm in the winter? Hi, I'm Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage Entry Doors and Windows. It's time to upgrade these old windows. Replace them with double pane, beautiful, energy-efficient windows. Your new windows will help you regulate a perfect temperature throughout your house. Start saving big money on your energy bills and improve the curb appeal of your home. Give us a call today at 770-517-7078.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
My name is Patrick, and I'm the Military Outreach Manager at the Warrior Alliance. I served in the U.S. Army as an airborne ranger and deployed to several combat zones in support of the global war on terror. Veterans bring excellence through our work ethic, skills, and civic duty. However, transitioning to civilian life can be difficult, as we all share a loss of purpose when leaving the military. Returning veterans have earned and deserve our support so they can thrive on their journey home. The Warrior Alliance understands the challenge and is helping warriors navigate to success after service. Join us in changing thousands of lives for the better. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
If you're the decision maker at your company, we have great news for you, for your HR department, and for your employees. A new and future-forward way to do health benefits is here from Thatch. Not only do your employees get better health benefits with Thatch, but you save an average of $1,620 per employee per year. That's right. You can save over $1,600 per employee per year. Plus, Thatch reduces the time your HR department spends administering benefits. Businesses all over the country love Thatch's breakthrough approach. Rather than a wasteful one-size-fits-all plan, Thatch empowers your employees by letting them customize their own benefits plans. And you save money and time while providing your employees with better health benefits, which works better for everyone. Book a demo with Thatch and we'll send you a $100 gift card. Visit thatch.ai/radio to book a demo for your gift card. That's THATCH.ai/radio. Thatch.ai/radio.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. You know, a great smile can make you more successful as well as make you happy. Yes, it's true. And your smile's waiting for you at my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler, my friend for 30 years and dentist forever. This woman at Atlanta Smiles, AtlantaSmiles.com, the dentist with a doggy. It's really true, whether it's just regular cleaning or bridges or crowns or are your teeth bothering a little bit, maybe a little ache or something, or your gums it's not going to get better on its own. Take it from me, I found that out the hard way. Taking care of your teeth and gums, and everybody's happy. And by the way, you can relax with Dr. Dina. This is an individual, private VIP experience. The latest technology. She used AI to get my last thing done at my last visit. And don't forget the doggy. She's a little doggy to take a nap in your lap while you're getting your work done. And this staff, these ladies are angels, I promise you. You'll love going there. A veteran herself, Dr. Dina, 10% veterans discount off the top. Tell them when you call. 404-262-7733. Your smile's waiting. Get the doggy, AtlantaSmiles.com. So look out.
Come on over, baby. Whole lot of shaking.
It's Jerry Lee Lewis, and he's a rock and rolling.
Come on over, baby. Baby, you can't go wrong.
1957, Jerry Lee Lewis. He released Whole Lot of Shakin' going on Sun Records. It was written by Curly Dave Williams. The song, first recorded by American R&B singer Big Maybelle, reached number 3 in the Billboard Pop Chart, number 1 in the country charts, number 8 in Britain. And again, when he went over to London, they realized he just married his 13-year-old cousin or whatever, that they didn't think too kindly of that. Jerry Lee Lewis. A quick birthday check. Linda Bloodworth Thompson, 78. She was a chick who, the TV woman who was involved with, she produced Designing Women and Evening Shade, but she was also known, Linda Bloodworth Thompson, 78, for being the part of the Clinton crime family and helping them cover up all their crimes all those years.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. And Jeffrey Archer, the author, and they did some political stuff too. Jeffrey Archer's 85, known for the books Cain and Abel, Paths of Glory, False Impression. There's about 50 of them. I looked up to see what, man, Jeffrey Archer, 85 years old. Okie dokie. And on this day in history, we've got a game coming up here. On this day in history, it was 1770. An English chemist, 1770, Joseph Priestley, referred to rubber by saying, quote, I have seen a substance excellently adapted to the purpose of wiping from paper the mark of black lead pencil. He discovered the use of rubber as an eraser. Before the rubber eraser, do you know how they used erasers to get rid of ink stains? Breadcrumbs. They would take breadcrumbs and scrape them over and get rid of the ink that way. The first widely marketed rubber eraser happened that year in 1770, used in general for any object for rubbing. Became associated with the new material between 1770 and 78. Anyway, so there you go. Okay, 5:55, running out of time here on your Tuesday. Let's do a little something here with a little come on down, Johnny Olson or Billy Olson, whatever his name was. We got a little Pete Davis game trivia thing here for us of some kind. Scott.
All right, Flounder gets the first choice here. There are 3 states in the United States of America that have skyscrapers taller than their highest mountain. Flounder, give me one of them.
States with a skyscraper taller than their taller. Well, any.
Well, no, it's Flounder's turn.
No.
Just hush.
I'm saying.
Georgia.
No, Georgia's not one of them. Kimmer.
Florida.
Florida is one of them. Flounder. Ball's in your court.
California?
No, not California. Kimmer.
Arkansas.
No, Flounder.
Illinois?
Kimmer, you're going to kill yourself. How many times have you told that stupid Sears Tower story?
Yeah, I know.
Illinois. It's taller than their highest mountain.
How about West Virginia? Is that in there?
Well, wait a minute. Okay, whose turn is it?
It's Kimmer's. It's my turn. He won. He won.
West Virginia?
Yeah.
No, so it's a tiebreaker we're looking
I'll
for
be
here.
damned.
Flounder.
Oh, I got one.
North Carolina?
No.
Tennessee.
No, not Tennessee. They're mountainous. Both of those are mountainous.
Well, then
guys.
Arizona.
No, it's Flounder's turn.
Oh,
so
okay,
you just blew a turn.
Texas.
Flounder. No, not Texas. You get another one.
You get another
Kimmer.
North Dakota?
You guys are going to kick yourself.
Indiana.
No, Flounder. Think really low.
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Oh, God.
What's lower than Louisiana?
A sub-sea level. Oh, Lordy. Well, that was interesting.
You should have picked Illinois right off the bat.
I know. By the way, we're almost out of time. Flounder, here's Katy Perry. Wendy's food chain made fun of Katy Perry, but here she took this space flight pretty seriously.
I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space for the future. And for me, like Gail said, this wasn't a ride, it wasn't a destination, it was a journey, and it was a supernatural one. And
oh, come on.
My journey has always been about love and belonging. And I think that we have all felt that sometimes we weren't worthy or we didn't belong in certain ways, no matter all the accolades, no matter all the studying. no matter anything. And I think today we all said it, like, we belong here. This is where we belong, and we feel very sure of that. So I think that you'll never know the amount of love that you have inside of you to give and to receive until the day you launch. Because you're leaving all the love behind, and you're surrendering, and you're hoping that you get another chance to love them again. And so when you come back down, you're like, oh, I get another chance.
Oh my God! No, I'm crying. Okay.
Okay, fine. And now
I'm higher than a kite.
A little funny thing there. Flounder's funnies. What do you think? Got my shot here, Flounder.
It's 2001. Obviously, 9/11 happens. If you're old enough, you remember when 9/11 happened, the whole country got very scared that there's going to be more attacks. Well, we did as well in Wilson County. We figured they just went to New York. Obvious next stop, Mount Juliet, Tennessee. And they are going to poison our town's water. So they got all of us water meter readers to guard the water tanks. I really did this. I stood just in a dark field alone, waiting for the Taliban to show up.
My God.
No weapons, no training.
Nate Bergatzi. Kimmer Payne Flounder. Tomorrow, Stovall. See you up there, Union Hill Road in Canton. And Christine, sing me home, baby. I gotta go. You're killing me. Hoorah, Herb. See you tomorrow, Stovall. Herb, Herb.
Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.